Optimism that Hardy will play football again. How quickly he can return and the impact isn't known. Thamel reports that Hardy is alert today and moving around. I'm Tom Ackerman, KMOX Sports.
From the business desk, Amazon says it's stopping the sale of some e-bikes.
At least in California, Amazon says it will stop selling e-bikes and e-motorcycles that reach 30, 40, even 60 miles per hour. San Mateo County District Attorney Stephen Wagstaff welcomes the move by Amazon as DAs across the state push to crack down on manufacturers that make going too fast too easy.
Here, with just a little turn of a wrench, you can turn this e-bike into a motorcycle very easy.
The catch is products by third-party sellers are still showing up. Amazon says it's investigating and removing non-compliant products. Mike DeWald for CBS News, San Francisco.
The Dow from Stiefel up 158 points to 49,767. Road work on 44 going west at 141 in the left lane. Some more road work on 6440 going west at 94. That's on the right shoulder.
It's a good-looking Monday afternoon around St. Louis. Plenty of sunshine. Let's just call it nice. 76 for the high. Tonight, clear skies. Temperatures drop into the upper 60s fairly quickly this evening. 52 for the low. On Tuesday, sunny. Warm it up in the afternoon to 83 degrees. Tuesday night, a few showers, maybe a rumble here and there. Cool front coming through. 59. That front not getting through till late at night. Wednesday, sunny and slightly cooler with a high of 75. So bouncy temperatures, but nothing too hot. Nothing too cold. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Sponsored by S&L Coins, we've got Sun 73 downtown at the Arch. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
S&L Coin. We buy gold and silver coins, silver and gold jewelry. Also buying gold-filled and silver plate. Before you sell, call S&L. 314-544-3600. 314-544-3600. S&L Coin.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Good afternoon, St. Louis. DGS 104.1 FM KMOX. Another picture-perfect day out there.
I am loving this spring.
I think this...
Best spring ever.
I think so,
said
too.
it. Fine.
No, I think so, too. Like, for people like me, this is great. Put off summer as long as we can.
Blackberry winter, Dave Murray says.
Smiley for baseball says, Happy Monday, DGS. We doing the Sweet 16 of Best Moms today? Nope, that would have been... We're doing the Best Devils.
It's after Mother's Day. Mom stuff is done.
It's devil time.
Back to being unappreciated, moms.
Speaking of, I have to start with a complaint today about a business. These guys have heard it. I was going to get it off my chest, move on. And not only do I not do this, I doubt any of you have ever heard me do this. You've been with me 15 years. You ever remember me being like, and then blah, blah, blah? I don't think I've done it, which tells you how mad I am. So Mother's Day, right? And I always get Maureen a bouquet from the whole family. And I blame myself for this because it was a pretty simple Google search, and I could have found out this was a bad company. But I used Ava's Flowers, which presents itself as like a local florist. Okay. You know, out St. Peter's, Darden Prairie area. And I got the nicest bouquet they had, like $150 all in, and had it delivered Saturday, day before Mother's Day. Great. And it's not their concern, but Maureen was a little bit sad this year because Phoebe couldn't come home because of school stuff. So, you know, did the best we could to, you know, make it memorable. And Saturday, I get an email from Ava's saying, hey, the bouquet that you got, we're out of them. So you need to pick something else. And the only other choice they gave me was a dozen long stem roses and a dozen chocolate strawberries. Not Maureen's favorite, but what am I going to do? So I clicked on it and said this. They don't come Saturday. They don't come yesterday. And they finally show up today. And I shared the pictures with these guys so they could vouch. The $150 roses were in cellophane, like if you were buying them from a Circle K gas station.
Oh.
They had packed it with some sort of ice, and that had leaked. And so the chocolate-covered strawberries were all smashed and waterlogged. And it's just like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? This is what you thought $150 was? So I go to call Ava's, a local company in St. Peter's, and they had the single most frustrating phone tree I've ever encountered. But I was just that pissed. Normally, it had been like, whatever, $150, whatever. But it was really disappointing. I was trying to do something. So I spent 90 minutes, finally got to someone calling themselves a manager, told them who I was and why they should care.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I don't care if you give me all my money back. I don't care if you send me a dozen more bouquets. I'm going to let my people know they should never use you. And so there you go. Don't make my same mistake. And I feel so stupid because I could have just Googled, is Ava's a local florist? No, they're national and blah, blah, blah. But I didn't. And Maureen paid the price. But I was just so friggin' angry that either be good at what you do or get out of it. And I know that things happen. Not every joke I try to make lands. Not every show is the most fabulous show I've ever done. But I come in and I try real hard every single day. And when you just suck that bad, and you know you suck, because then you make it almost impossible for someone to get through to you.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
And like Wheels was saying, why isn't it a part of like the consumer protection or something to where like you have to have some reasonable customer service? Every business. I mean, because that's the whole Federal Trade Commission and everything that, you are doing business. It's a privilege to do business in this country, and you have to follow certain rules. I think one of them should be you should be able to talk to a real person.
Yeah, it should be on the first menu of any recorded message. You know how you get the menu tree that you're describing? Press 1 for this, and then you go, okay, now press 6 for this, and now press 2 for this.
Mm-hmm.
The first list of things should always have one of them to talk to a human being.
Yep.
So you don't have to play the game. If you have a simple question that can be answered that way, I do that a lot with the pharmacy, for example. You can check on it, whether it's phone or using the app or whatever. But on the phone, you could just go through the menu. You don't have to talk to anybody. You can get, okay, this is going to be ready tomorrow or whatever. That's fine if you want to do that. But if you just want to cut to the chase, because what you had was a problem that is not going to be solved on a menu tree.
Nope.
You should be able to cut to the chase, zero for a person, and talk to a person. And even if that means you have to wait, you have to wait. I mean, if I have to wait on hold, that's part of the deal.
And then they were nice enough, but the lady was like, oh, well, that's kind of a UPS problem. I'm like, no, it's kind of an Ava's problem because you hired them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they suck, they're your sucky people. So should have picked someone different. And I told them, and you guys know me. I'm probably one of the least confrontational people you guys know. I avoid it. I hate it. PTSD. It makes my body feel terrible for hours. And here's what I said to them. I said, hey, the next thing that comes out of my mouth is really going to cause you to roll your eyes, but I need to say it. And I said, you guys aren't in the flower business. You're in the emotion business. No one just sends flowers so that you can have a pretty bouquet. It's I'm sorry. It's happy birthday. It's condolences. It's happy Mother's Day. You're the best. It's an emotion. And you delivered a womp womp. You delivered QT flowers with smashed up strawberries. You just don't care. You just don't care. UPS problem.
A day late.
A day, 2 days late.
That's the part that
2 days
makes
late.
me mad is because I know how long ago you ordered these because you were talking about how you wanted to get her really nice flowers this year.
Yeah. So how long ago did you place the
first
order?
They don't even do it on the right day.
Last Tuesday, last Monday.
So 5-6 days in advance.
Yeah.
And you got the message that they couldn't fulfill it when?
I got them the message that I had to pick another bouquet on Saturday.
So
which
on
was
the day you're
delivery
supposed
day.
to be delivered. So they had 5 days.
Yeah.
So why are you accepting orders that you can't fulfill within 5 days?
My guess
This is the thing about this whole line of service of these types of things, and I would even throw airlines into this too. Stop letting companies overbook or oversell.
Well,
if you can't fulfill it, you can't accept the order.
My guess is the bouquet I picked out doesn't exist.
It's a teaser.
No
yeah,
one
right.
got it.
Nobody ever gets it
No one
because they
ever
don't
gets
ever
it.
have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they buy some crap roses, and they're like, oh, here you go.
Did it say anywhere on there if it was from another place? Because I know some places do that where if they don't have it, they'll buy it from somewhere else.
Don't know.
Even then, that's not that other place's problem. I mean, that's.
But I feel really stupid. I live in a town with Walter Knoll, Schnucks, Deerbergs. It's not difficult to find a good florist. So, ultimately on me.
No, not really. I mean, not when you act that early. That's on them.
Jacob said, first Google result, Ava's Flowers is a complete and total scam site.
Ooh.
Yep.
I mean, you bring up like these local places you can get flowers. That is why it's just better for us as consumers to shop local, particularly for things like this. Like you said, Dave, when you're in the business of emotion, a local florist is not going to promise something they're not going to be. Like they would 3 days before Mother's Day say like, hey, we're actually out of this one, but here's the other options we have. But when you get, at this impersonal place and they're selling you like, oh, it's going to be so convenient. You could just do it from your phone. And then you just end up with something totally different than what you wanted and totally not worth what you paid.
Yep.
Just drives home how important these local places are.
Yeah, and it does show you how much they care that they didn't figure out until the day of delivery that they didn't have what you ordered.
Yeah.
And
I think Dave's right. I think it was not a real bouquet.
Right. And before I told them who I was, because that was the only thing that was going to make them care at all. And at that point, I still thought that there was probably a St. Louis franchise. And I said, hey, look, I'm calling as a courtesy. And it really was. I need whoever owns the franchise in St. Louis to know that I'm about to go off on them. And if they want to talk to me, here's my number. And they never said like, oh, we don't have a storefront. They're just like, oh, I'm sure they wouldn't like that. So.
Here in St. Louis, word of mouth still matters, and I'm pretty careful about who I recommend, especially when it comes to something as personal as estate planning. I'm Tom Ackerman. My family has been working with the Lederman Law Firm for over 20 years now, and the reason is simple. They don't just create documents and send you on your way. They help make sure your plan works. Because let's be honest, life changes. Family needs and circumstances change. Laws change. But most estate plans don't change over time as needs, circumstances, and laws change. They're outdated, sitting in a drawer. People assume they're fine, and their plan will work when they need it to work. At the Lederman Law Firm, it's not a one-time transaction. It's an ongoing process. They build a plan to protect your family and your assets, and then for a fixed annual fee, they help keep it up to date as both your life and assets change. Check out the Lederman Law Firm at LedermanLaw.com or give them a call at 314-514-9100. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
Trust is earned. That's why I've stuck with Straight Talk. Same price since 2009 on Verizon's 5G network. Cause shoot, anyone can make a promise. Keeping it for years, that means something.
Now plans starting at $25 a month with 4 lines. Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Same price claim applies only to the base monthly price of our $45 plan from October 2009 to present.
When it comes to selling your home, the agent you choose matters more than anything. This is Debbie Monterey, and I'm with my friend and trusted realtor, Gloria Liu, your home sold guaranteed realty. Gloria, what should sellers really be looking for in an agent?
Thank you. You're going to select a realtor with a proven system, someone who knows how to price your home right, create strong demand, negotiate for top dollar, and guarantee results. I see it all the time. Last year, hundreds of homes in St. Louis came off the market unsold and needed multiple price reductions. That's what happens when the right strategy isn't in place. I do things differently. My focus is to help you sell for the most money possible, not just to list your home and hope it sells. Plus, I even guarantee to sell your home for 100% market value, or I'll pay you the difference.
Make sure you choose the right agent the first time. Call Gloria Liu, 314-325-6888, or visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. That's GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. Gloria and seller must agree on price and possession date.
If you owe the IRS, you have a legal issue, and you need the Lance Drury Law Firm. We'll protect your rights. Log on at LanceDruryLaw.com.
This is Megan Lynch. 250 doctors go to Ophthalmology Associates. That's why I trust them. Ophthalmology Associates, 314-966-5000 or youridoc.com.
A century strong. The voice of St. Louis. KMOX.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. You can watch us do the show, join the stream on Facebook or YouTube, comment, fight with us, get banned. That's the way it goes.
Well, yeah, if you get after Andrew, you're going to get banned.
Yeah.
Or even if you don't. Even if I'm just feeling like it.
No, you're very protective of us.
Somebody's got to get sacrificed. Look, not up to me.
I need a little help doing some math.
Okay.
10.
I'll get out the calculator.
Have you guys heard? Okay, Sean Duffy, Secretary of Transportation.
Oh, yeah.
Member of the cabinet.
Real world contestant.
Have you heard about his television show?
No.
No.
So he just took office like a year ago, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
For the past 8 months, he has been on the road with his family filming an on-the-road television show that's going to be on YouTube. And he's all excited about it, and he's like promoting it, and they're like, "So, were you working?" And he's like, "Oh, I was able to find a few days here and there." Oh, chortle. I feel like I'm insane. You, like Rach always says, why isn't it enough for you? You are the Secretary of Transportation. It's your first term. Things haven't been going great with transportation. I don't know if you've noticed, but we're landing planes on other planes and bakery trucks and people. Like, maybe you should spend a little time in the office. But he spent, like, the last year basically making a road movie.
That's crazy.
Why are you allowed to have that kind of side hustle when you have a real full-time job that is important?
Great question.
That doesn't make any sense. If you want to do TV, quit your job and go do TV. If you want to be the transportation secretary, be the transportation secretary.
He and his wife met on Road Rules All-Stars.
Oh, there you go.
That's kind of cute.
That's what it was. It wasn't Real World. It was Road Rules. I was trying to think of what MTV reality show he was the.
The show has drawn criticism from those who call it tone deaf, as average fuel prices have climbed to more than $4.50 per gallon, up roughly 50%.
So this explains why this jackass was saying last week he wants everybody to take a road trip.
Yeah.
Despite gas prices.
There you go.
Like me.
Like me, because that'll make people want to watch my show. That's fireable. I mean, honestly, well, of course, somebody will let him do it because he's been doing it for a year. But, like, how? Why are we okay with important government people having a side hustle that takes them away from doing their job for basically a year?
And that was during the TSA thing.
Yeah.
Well, there's also some conflict of interest concerns Boeing, Toyota, Shell, Royal Caribbean Group, and United Airlines are sponsors of the show. They are also companies that Duffy's department oversees and regulates.
All right, so
That feels like maybe that could get a little complicated.
Can we just go back to being grown-ups? Like you have responsibilities. Those responsibilities matter. You have to follow the law. You have to follow the rules. Like, rules just don't matter. People can do whatever they want.
Well, I mean,
of course.
Is there a rule about this? Maybe,
I doubt it.
I mean, maybe this is good because maybe this will cause us to create a rule that says, like, hey, just focus on the job at hand. Stop going on everybody's podcast. You don't need to go on, Fox News Sunday every single week. Just focus on your job.
Yep.
Maybe we should write that into something important.
So quick Google search shows that, yes, government appointees and federal employees can have side jobs, but they are subject to, can't even say this, strict ethical guidelines, conflict of interest laws, and agency approval requirements. How many of those things do you think were even checked for this guy?
Well, I mean, like all secretaries, he serves at the pleasure of the president. And clearly, you don't go on a 7-month road trip and shoot a television show without telling your boss, the president.
Yeah, it's interesting. Kevin pointed out, he's like, this is fireable. And like, one of the really shocking things that we've come to discover over the past handful of years is that apparently nothing's fireable. Like the things that we thought.
There's one thing fireable.
The things that we thought were like universally fireable, it turns out it's like, no, not really.
Also, as you know,
there's only one fireable offense at this point, and that is a perceived lack of loyalty.
Yeah.
We typically front load our politics. So if you listen from 1 to 1:30 and you don't like it, I apologize, but just hang out. We'll get rid of it. That bothers me. The Sean Duffy thing. I don't like it. Not the way I would run a railroad. But the stuff that happened over the weekend with and tee up the TDS. Did you see the ceremony they had for the 22-foot gold Trump statue?
Nope.
No.
Oh, yes, I did.
This is at a golf course somewhere?
It's at his Doral golf course.
Okay.
Where they had a big event where evidently no one showed up. They said it's the least attended in PJ history.
There's like 15 people there.
And they had.
Was it a live tournament this weekend?
I don't know. I don't think
No,
so.
I feel like it wasn't. The statue thing was last week, like late last week, like Wednesday or
okay,
Thursday, maybe.
So they had a bunch of MAGA clergy show up and do a dedication and blessing of the 22-foot golden statue of the president. And the first thing out of the guy's mouth, I should have had this sound, but I was busy fighting a florist, was, now look, I want to be really clear about this. This is not the golden calf.
It's totally different. That's not a calf at all. That's a guy.
So,
guys, just so you know, it was a live golf event. So
Wow.
the president of the United States hosted an event backed by the Saudi Arabian government at his private property. Sitting president of the United States. Does that sound strange to anyone else?
Doesn't sound normal.
You want to talk about conflict of interest? I mean, I get that it's like, we're cool with them, but like, should we be? I don't know.
That's why really.
And why are you hosting for-profit events while you're sitting as president of the? I don't get it.
Yeah, the real disconnect with me isn't how MAGA people can prefer his policies. I don't get twisted around about that. I go back and forth on policies. But how you can be okay with a group of clergy giving a religious dedication and blessing to a 22-foot tall gold statue of the sitting president, how that's okay with you, we're different. I don't understand that. I don't understand how you just kind of wave a hand and go, they broke the mold with him, didn't they? Yeah.
Yep.
My dude
It's
fell
a
asleep
crazy
again.
looking
My dude
statue.
fell asleep again during a thing at the White House today, or in the Oval Office today.
Saw that. Well, I mean, Susie Wiles did an article over the weekend talking about how she and her underling have to take shifts because he doesn't sleep. Which that's his own personal choice. But if it was my doctor.
So how does it go, though, if the previous guy falls asleep during a live thing in the Oval Office?
Not good.
Yeah. So why isn't the same reaction from the
Sleepy
same
Joe.
people?
The thing that you need in the morning, when you first wake up.
Total Information AM.
I like to be informed with the news and like to know, like in the mornings, I like to know what's going on.
Debbie Monterey, Megan Lynch, Tom Ackerman.
It's always smart to know what's going on.
Your morning news and information.
The national and local news.
Weather.
Sports.
I like the traffic reports.
Total Information AM.
I listen to it in the mornings, so it really gets me going.
Total Information AM. Weekdays 5 to 9 on the voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
Inflation is squeezing budgets, and global events can shake markets overnight. If you're close to retirement, you don't get unlimited do-overs. So this is not the time for, I hope it works out. That's why Steve All and the team at the All Financial Group are hosting an upcoming educational seminar called Retirement Simplified. You'll learn how rising costs could drain your spending power, how political and economic headlines can impact your returns, dealing with issues like taxes, outliving your money, and long-term care. Retirement Simplified, May 19th and 21st. It's complimentary, but you must qualify to attend. 636-230-8824 or at yourmoneymattersstl.com. Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, or registered investment advisor. Neither the firm nor its agents or representatives may give tax or legal advice. Individuals should consult with a qualified professional for guidance before making any purchasing decisions. The All Financial Group is not affiliated with nor endorsed by the U.S. government or any other government agency.
Here's Dave Murray's weather forecast.
Plenty of sunshine as we go through our Monday afternoon, and temperatures are delightful. 76 for the high. Tonight, clear skies. This evening, temperatures will drop into the upper 60s by about 8 o'clock or so. 52 for the overnight low. Tuesday, sunny. Nice start. Warmer afternoon. 83 degrees. Couple of showers, maybe a rumble of thunder Tuesday night. It's not much. And then Wednesday, sunny and slightly cooler, but not by much, 75. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
McKelvey Homes is breaking ground on something new in O'Fallon, Strawberry Farms. When McKelvey builds something, they do it right. Visit McKelvey Homes to schedule a tour at Strawberry Farms in O'Fallon. Visit McKelveyHomes.com today and move up to McKelvey.
It's 1:30. This time check is brought to you by Paramount Men's Medical Center.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Turning 50 doesn't mean slowing down. It means getting smarter about your health. That's why we created Neovitin Men's 50 Plus Multivitamin. It's doctor formulated to support your energy, immune health, and overall vitality. Plus, it's made in the U.S. using the finest domestic and international ingredients. Take control of your health with supplements you can trust. Look for Neovitin Men's 50 Plus at your local Schnucks, Dierbergs, or online at neovitin.com. Neovitin, made for men who keep moving forward.
This is Congressman Bob Onder. Americans demanded border security, and House Republicans delivered. According to the Department of Homeland Security, for 10 consecutive months, U.S. Customs and Border Protection has reported 0 illegal aliens released at the border. I'm proud to have worked with the Trump administration to secure our southern border and uphold our immigration laws, and will keep fighting to advance strong policies that protect Missourians and keep America safe.
Paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
Summer is on the way, or should I say the heat in St. Louis, it's on its way. Be here before we even know it. If you haven't had your air conditioners checked and set up and ready to go for this cooling season, or if you were told you might need a new one, or you just think this is the time of the year, this year is the time to just go ahead and replace it. Prices are down, 0% financing is available. It's still the best time to call me. Don't put it off. One easy number in Missouri and Illinois. It is 314-293-2600. Again, that's 314-293-2600 in Missouri and Illinois, or on the internet, bartinman.com. That is Bart with a B, Inman with an I.com. God bless.
Get inside your Redbirds in the 2026 season every Tuesday at noon. It's All Access with Cardinals manager Ollie Marmol on your voice of the Cardinals, KMOX.
Welcome back, DGS on KMOX. Oh, by the way, addendum, one of the clergy there, you probably heard this over the weekend, said that 100% Trump knows more about the Bible than the Pope.
Who said that?
One of his chief evangelical leaders.
Didn't he just say like a week ago he doesn't
read the
hasn't
Bible?
read the Bible?
Yeah. Doesn't matter, I guess.
That's okay. You can just ask ChatGPT.
Rich, you had a question about the law?
Yeah. So the White House Correspondents' Dinner shooting suspect has pleaded not guilty in federal court. Cole Thomas Allen, 31 years old. And I am wondering about the strategy behind pleading not guilty when you are so clearly guilty. I mean, he was armed with guns, knives, sprinting through a security checkpoint, texting friends and family apologizing for what he was about to do moments before entering the area. We've got the selfie. I mean, he was clearly intending on assassinating someone that night. Why plead not guilty?
So Brad would do a better job of this, but basically over the decades, it has become like if he said, oh, I did it, I'm guilty, and at my arraignment, I'm going to say I'm guilty, they would go crazy to stop him from doing that.
Why is that?
Because they want to ensure that every defendant has due process and has their rights. And so even if, like on this one, he was on video, there are tons of witnesses. We know who it was. We know what they did. We saw it. There could be some defense to it. He's insane, or it's this, or it's that. So
technically not guilty.
Yes,
okay.
Exactly. But again, I am a strange recipe of Washington University School of Law and South Roxana. And I would never want to be a person to say, we just have too many rights in this country.
Right.
But for example, this monster, the FedEx driver who was sentenced to death last week for kidnapping and killing a 7-year-old girl. And the whole thing is on audio tape from his truck. Yeah. And the parents had to listen to it. The jury had to listen to it. And he is on tape stuffing all of her clothes into a book bag. And then he confessed immediately. And he was found guilty and sentenced to death. And it'll still take 20 years to put him to death, even in Texas. To me, that's too much. It's like, yeah, we want to be sure, but I think we can be sure without being 20 years sure.
Why does it take 20 years?
Because of so there are some appeals that are automatic. You can't say kill me next Thursday.
Right.
Because of, again, serving due process.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. But why does it take 20 years? Why doesn't it take 2 years?
It's a great question. Because most people do fight it. This guy, I'm not sure.
So I guess it's just to provide enough runway to file as many appeals as you possibly can.
Yes.
Interesting.
I mean, I'm all for having to have a lockdown case for the death penalty. I'm all for that.
Me too.
Because we can't get that. You can't undo it if you're wrong. It's got to be right.
Yeah.
Why does it take 20 years to be right?
Yeah, I don't think it does.
I mean, you would think that could be done much more expediently. Maybe it's just the courts are overloaded and there's no schedule time.
Yeah. And then there are lots of other, it's not always just the defendant filing appeals. ACLU or different organizations who fight the death penalty will,
Okay, another question for you. All the time, not all the time, but frequently you see stories about there's so much reasonable doubt that this person actually committed this murder in 1994 and he's being sentenced to death tomorrow and the governor refuses to look at the case again. Why do you think people in power make the choice to not review a case or to not, continuously put it off? Or is that an unfair question to ask you?
No, that's not unfair. I think it's typically political. You will see Republican governors take those stands way more than Democrat governors. Governor Kehoe, who I like a lot, has done that. And I think that their paradigm is, by the time it reaches my desk, it's been through several appellate courts. It's been offered to the Supreme Court of the United States, and they probably said no. And so I'm speaking as the governor here. I'm comfortable that due process was given. The jury said guilty. The judge said death penalty. The appellate courts upheld them. As governor, I'm not going to step in at the 11th hour, literally, and say no. So I think that's why most of them do. And I don't really blame them. I mean, I'm not a pro-death penalty guy. Damn it, blah, blah, blah. I'm also not a never. I'm like you, Kev.
Right.
You got to be really, 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 really sure.
Yeah, I'm cool with it. You just have to have the high standard.
Yeah. And so when it's gone through all of that and it reaches the governor's desk, unless that governor has real personal reason to think maybe this person didn't do it, you let it go.
It's got to be compelling evidence, right? There's got to be something new. It can't just be rehashing an old thing.
Yes.
If it's something new, like, oh, we didn't have DNA in 1982. Now we do. This guy didn't do it. That's you should never refuse that. You should at least examine the issue. But yeah, if there's nothing new.
Yeah, but Rach, even
then that logic makes sense.
Non-death penalty cases, just it's a cliche that the wheels of justice turn slowly, and that's the way it's meant to be. And there's some truth to that. You don't want things just, boom, going off, half cock. Oh, wait, I already had a trial. But I think it's a little overkill. I think just in civil court, divorce court, criminal court, it just seems that we're so backlogged and COVID didn't do us any favors, and just it takes too long to get justice.
Are the courts, I guess, kind of stemming from my original question of why plead not guilty if you are clearly guilty? Aren't the courts more merciful if you plead guilty and you admit from the beginning, yes,
Depends.
it was me?
Depends. You'd have to prearrange that.
Yeah, yes and no. They're not going to say, oh, this guy admitted it from the very beginning. It's typically a deal.
Yeah.
And with the death penalty case, and maybe I've just watched too many movies, but in most of those cases, it is, hey, we want to know where the little girl's body is. And if you...
It's a bargaining chip.
It's a bargaining chip. Yeah.
Yeah, or if you take life in prison, we'll take death off the table and you can plead guilty.
Yeah.
And I'm sure a lot of that would be, to me, an incentive for a lot of states and maybe even the federal government to look at that too and say, boy, if we can get this guy to plead to life in prison, we don't have to go through all that 20 years of appeals and the cost that goes along with all that. And it's part of the leverage you can play.
Yeah, I think it costs substantially more to put someone to death than it does to keep them in prison for life.
Because of the appeals?
I think generally so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. Oh, here's an interesting one. I don't know if anyone else in the world watches the Michael Smirkana show at 8 a.m. Saturdays on CNN.
I've never heard of this.
But I really like him. He's a moderate, and it's Saturday morning. It's cozy. Here's my coffee. And he always has like a thing. And his thing this week was that billionaires are pushing back on slurs. And they believe that tax the rich, especially when said meanly.
Oh, for God's sake.
I'm not even close to done.
Oh, God.
Is a slur similar to a racial slur.
Oh.
And the one billionaire they interviewed, I can't remember his name. He's bald. I can find him. said this is no different than when people say from the river to the sea about Israel, because that means we want them all dead. And saying tax the rich, and he said this, especially if you have a mean look in your face, is a slur that is as bad as a racial slur or from the river to the sea. Because you're picking out a group of people and you are marking them for
taxation.
Taxation. Yes.
Yeah, they didn't even
for
say
paying for the benefit of the government that allows you to be a billionaire. Like this structure, this capitalist society has given you the opportunity to be a billionaire, and you do everything you can to avoid paying what you owe. Every loophole, every tax break, hide stuff offshore, play the game with income. And by the way, I'm yelling because this pisses me off, but I've seen other billionaires basically talk about how this is nonsense. Tom Steyer's a billionaire. He's talked about it. Warren Buffett has talked about it. It's nonsense. It's nonsense. Saying that someone should pay a similar amount of income taxes as me is not a slur, and it's not a threat. Now, if you wanted to argue more about the term eat the rich, you would have a better case, and it's still fragile and weak and terrible.
Yeah.
But at least then you're not talking about a phrase that is simply, hey, you guys should probably pay a little bit more of this. That's a different... Yeah, because they're such an endangered class, too, you know? Poor billionaires. They don't have any power. They don't have any ability to influence anything.
Man, it is impressive that you could reach like that level of privilege and just insulation that you feel like you are somehow the biggest victim there is, just because people say they think you should pay more taxes. Like that is, it's actually like impressive that you could reach that level of a victim mindset, saying like it's the same as a slur.
Yeah.
Like, interesting stuff. We should be studying what happens to the brain
and
once
also
you get your first $1 billion.
The idea behind when we refer to a slur of any kind, right? It can be misogynist, it can be racist, it can be based on religion, be all kinds, right? Those are preconceived notions based on things that are not about how you act, right? The problem that people have with billionaires, not even all billionaires, just the ones that play games, it's not who you are or what group you belong to. It's about how you act. If I say you're a jerk, that's not a slur. That's just me saying I think that's how you act. If you say I'm a jerk, that's not a slur. It's just how I'm acting. So don't act that way, and people will probably leave you alone.
Hi, I'm Michelle from Bethesda. You've probably heard me talk with Dave on the air about Bethesda. But did you know we have 7 independent living communities in the St. Louis area? Oakville, North County, Kirkwood, Webster Groves, and Clayton. We offer a variety of apartment sizes and amenities. Our experienced team would love to show you how easy it is to join the Bethesda family. Go to BethesdaHealth.org and click Contact Us near the top of the page. We'll take it from there.
Mizzou football will be here before you know it. Join us for the 100th anniversary of Memorial Stadium with season tickets. Join the season ticket waitlist at mutigers.com/FB waitlist and get ready to lock in tickets for 2026. The home schedule is highlighted by games against Florida, Texas A&M, Texas, Kentucky, and Oklahoma. Don't wait to reserve your spot. Join the waitlist at mutigers.com/FB waitlist. MIZ.
On Saturday, May 16th, join KMOX and Grassroots Redeeming Love in commemorating 1 year since the historic EF3 tornado that devastated North St. Louis with a short morning of service. Volunteers will meet in the Kingsway East neighborhood from 9 to 11 to help clear tree limbs and trash. If interested in RSVPing for the cleanup or interested in donating to the effort, go to KMOX.com/events for more information.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Spring is here. Hi, this is Tim Gamma.
And I'm Tom Gamma.
When it comes to tree care, call the name you can trust. Gamma Tree Experts, founded by our dad, Frank Gamma, in 1954.
Frank will be 91 this year, and the third generation of Gammas have joined the business.
Call our team of certified arborists to inspect your trees and shrubs today. Knowledge and quality are hallmarks of our reputation. Now in our 72nd year.
For pruning, fertilization, and removal, call Gamma Tree Experts today or visit us at gammatree.com.
Your trees deserve the best care.
We've been here 30 years. 30 Christmases in this house, and we have the traditions that most families have.
That's Terry talking about her experience with Rhino Shield ceramic coating.
We did Rhino Shield 14 years ago, and the house still looks the same as the first day. Rhino Shield really worked with me to help me get just the right nice soft yellow, and it's 14 years later, and it's the same color.
The main reason Terry called Rhino Shield is because it's backed by its 25-year transferable warranty.
It just sounded wonderful that we could have the house coated with Rhino Shield and not have to worry about it again for 25 years.
Take it from Terry. Give Rhino Shield a call now for a free evaluation. 877-25-RHINO. 877-25-RHINO. Or visit 877-25rhino.com.
There have been neighbors that have come by and said, "Did you just have your house painted?" Because they wanted to know who the contractor was. And I said, "No, it's actually Rhino Shield."
877-25rhino.com.
Broadcasting from the Scott Credit Union Studio, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Welcome back, DGS on KMOX. I told Rach in the office I hesitate to even bring this up because I'm just going to look bad, but whatever. It's a 4-hour show. I'm excited about the new movie, The Odyssey. Everything about it, very familiar with that story. Watched many, treatments of it over the years. Never read it. And people are complaining about the trailer to The Odyssey because they talk about, oh, you're missing your dad. And that's too modern of a term, and everyone speaks in a generic Midwestern American accent and all these things. And it's like, okay, whatever, it's your movie. You can do whatever you want to do. I'll see it, I'll like it, or I won't. But then the casting is getting some backlash. And the one that stood out to me is Elliot Page. Familiar with Elliot? Right? Mm-hmm. It looks as though Elliot Page has been cast to play Achilles, which is the greatest warrior of all time. Brad Pitt and Troy. Now, maybe I'm just being whatever. I don't give a crap that Elliot's transgender. I don't care at all. Great. Where would you dig? Be who you are. But any 5'2", 110-pound person would be like, really? It's like when they cast Tom Cruise as Reacher. Reacher's 6'10" and giant. And
he's like the TV show guy.
Yeah. So anyway, just
at least in the books, right? He's a big dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a major hole for me.
Maybe they have a genius way of doing it, and you're like, wow, I never thought Elliot Page could play Achilles, but she is Achilles to me now. So
I will say, Tom Cruise pretty good as Reacher.
Sure, if you don't know the story of the character.
Or don't care.
Right. If you just see the movie and you don't know about the books or whatever, well, then you're not going to care. But I think most people know the story of Achilles. Achilles is supposed to be one of the greatest warriors ever to live. And we don't think that Achilles, as one of the greatest warriors that ever lived, was 5 feet tall and 120 pounds.
Do you know that for sure?
Pretty sure, yeah.
What makes you say that?
Physiology. How many of the greatest warriors, fighters in the history of the world are 120 pounds? And again, not talking about people are fighter jet pilots because a whole different world. I'm talking about swords and
Okay, I guess I'll just go ahead and speak my mind. This is a stupid thing to be upset about.
It's not upset. It's just I understand why people would go, that's going to take me out of the movie and it's going to ruin it. Not because it's hate or
It's
anger.
going to ruin it?
So the rumor is that Elliot Page is playing the ghost of Achilles. And we're not even sure that it's Achilles for sure. It's just a brief shot in the trailer of this doesn't even look like Elliot Page to me. It looks like a different person, but like covered in mud. And they're like, oh, this is probably symbolizing the underworld.
Sure.
And he's asking who's looking after your wife and son. So like people are putting together that it could be the ghost of Achilles.
I mean, that's a different play. That changes it. But I think about reactions that we've seen in other universes, in Marvel universes, in DC, in Star Wars. When things don't line up with what you've known, it's going to take the people that care about those things, and they're going to be like, well, now you just ruined it. I mean, it's what it does, whether it's right or wrong. But if anything takes you out of the movie and makes you go, that doesn't make sense, it can ruin it for people. It doesn't have to be a character portrayed weirdly. It can be getting a part of the story wrong or something being historically inaccurate when you're doing a history piece, for example. Anything that's out of line is going to get some reaction. It shouldn't be hate. It shouldn't be, these are the dumbest people ever. But I can understand where you're like, it's like the monkey thing for me. The guy that, the main character's monkey. That ruins it. Because all I'm seeing is the monkey. I'm not seeing the character who's a person, who's a performer, who's wildly famous.
I'm trying to square this with, like, have you guys seen there's a new Amadeus? I think it's going to be like a TV movie or something. But Will Sharp is playing Mozart. And Will Sharp is half Japanese. And I don't care there's no part of me that's like, well, Mozart wasn't Japanese. I'm like, I don't care. It's a silly movie. And this was an actual real person. I mean, are we saying like people shouldn't be allowed to do it?
No, we're just saying we don't like it.
No, I'm just saying, are there limits? Like, could a white person play a black person during Reconstruction or something?
I mean, I think it's like there's a lot of history there that would make it feel weirder, for sure. It would be very difficult to pull that off. I'm not saying like it could never, ever happen, but I think it would be difficult to pull that off in a way where everyone felt good about it. Whereas, like, I don't know. It's just a weird thing. It's like, yeah, I mean, I guess we're allowed to, like, be like, I don't like that casting. But at the end of the day, it's like they're interpreting this on their own. They're already doing the dad thing. Like, it's already subverting so many things that, like, people are expecting.
That's kind of what I'm saying. I'm up for those interpretations primarily because, like, Achilles was not a real person.
Right.
The Odyssey didn't actually happen. So get weird with it. Do whatever you want with it. Tell me a story that's different from the story.
Do you feel that same way about the things you care about, the game worlds when they do it wrong, or...
There is no doing it wrong. It's an interpretation. It's art, Kevin. It's whatever story they want to tell.
People cannot like it. That's okay, right? It's okay to not like something.
People cannot like it, but to like freak out that it's, well, he's not the greatest warrior to ever live. Well, he never existed. He never lived.
Out. People say they don't like it. They don't like it.
Okay.
Yeah, fine, whatever.
Let's talk about air medical memberships. In an emergency, you don't choose who transports you. Dispatch sends the closest, most appropriate aircraft. Here's what matters: speed, skill, advanced care. Like critical care crews trained for the toughest moments. Like onboard blood that can make the difference between life and death. Arch Air Medical Service delivers life-saving air medical care across Effingham and surrounding communities. When you call for help, we bring hospital-level care to you. Plus, we're part of Air Methods, the nation's largest air medical provider. And about the cost, the No Surprises Act protects patients with private health insurance from unexpected out-of-network air ambulance bills. You're only responsible for your in-network copay, coinsurance, or deductible. Medicare and Medicaid patients have similar protections. No surprise bills, no balance billing, no membership required. Because when it's your life on the line, what matters isn't membership, it's medicine. Learn more at airmethods.com. Copays, coinsurance, and deductibles are set by insurance providers, not Air Methods. Terms and costs may vary. Contact your insurer for details.
New tax resolution firms are popping up every day with high-paid celebrity endorsers, advertising ridiculous claims in their TV ads. That's why they have the tiny, unreadable disclaimers at the bottom of the screen. Hi, this is Lance Drury with the Lance Drury Law Firm. Our ads never have those ridiculous, fast-talking, tiny disclaimers at the end because, simply put, there are no guarantees when it comes to the IRS and wiping out tax bills. And we don't make promises we can't keep. Of course, there are ways the Lance Drury Law Firm can help resolve your tax debt, but no company can guarantee it will eliminate it. This is why their clients call the Lance Drury Law Firm when those promises don't pan out. If you have tax problems, you have legal problems. Call me, Lance Drury in St. Louis at 314-260-6120 or visit Lance, D-R-U-R-Y, law.com to schedule your free consultation with your local tax resolution law firm.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-329-1010. That's 1-800-329-1010. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-329-1010. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
With summer here and the kids home full-time, your garage door will see a lot more use. Do it a favor with annual maintenance from Overhead Door Company of St. Louis. The 26-point tune-up is one price for up to 3 garage doors and openers. Get them all done. Trusted in St. Louis for 100 years. Always look for the genuine, the original red ribbon of Overhead Door Company of St. Louis. Since 1926, they're never going to steer you wrong. Schedule online at overheaddoorsstlouis.com. Ready for a fresh start? The Excel Center in St. Louis is here to help you earn your high school diploma, tuition free and on your schedule. With convenient locations in downtown St. Louis and Florissant, you can learn at your pace with support every step of the way. Need childcare, career coaching, flexible classes? We've got you covered. Registration is now open. Don't wait to take the next step toward your future. Visit excel.mersgoodwill.org to enroll today. This community message has been brought to you by Together Credit Union.
Celebrating 100 years of informing and entertaining. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. The voice of St. Louis.
At 2 o'clock, sunshine, 74 degrees downtown at the Arch. President Trump says he supports temporarily suspending the federal gas tax. CBS's Stacey Lynn.
As gas prices nationwide top $4.50 a gallon, the president told CBS News he'd pause the 18-cent federal tax for a period of time. He said it would be restored when prices come down. The tax funds highway and transit projects, and suspending it would require congressional approval.
The president also dismissed the idea of a bailout for airlines struggling with soaring jet fuel costs. Patrick DeHaan is a senior petroleum analyst with Gas Buddy, says what people could save could be wiped out pretty quickly if oil prices rise quickly.
So whether or not motorists will visibly see a reduction of 18.4 cents on gasoline or 23.4 cents on diesel really simply comes down to when the timing of this law could potentially become effective.
Tonight, the Creve Coeur City Council will vote on a redevelopment project that has drawn pushback from residents.
The proposal would take a mostly abandoned commercial lot located between Gracer Road and Mary Meadows Lane on Olive Boulevard and turn it into a mixed-use development with 147 luxury apartments and spaces for retail and restaurants. However, neighbors are concerned about the size of the development and are urging the Creve Coeur City Council to not approve the rezoning for it or the tax abatements the developers are asking for. I spoke with Mary Rothstein, who is concerned that this proposal doesn't meet Creve Coeur's comprehensive plan.
says that this should be low to medium density, not more than 20 units per acre. This is going to be 34 units per acre.
Rothstein is also concerned that the building's proposed 4-story tall structure could be an invasion of privacy for the residential homes located directly behind the property. In Creve Coeur, Sean Malone, KMOX News.
An unusual apology followed last night's NBA draft lottery.
Before the Washington Wizards secured the overall #1 pick, there was drama on NBA TV.
The 5th pick in the NBA draft will be made by the LA Clippers.
So the Clippers received this pick from the Pacers because of the Ivica Zubats trade.
The Pacers had a 52% chance of walking away with a top 4 pick in the NBA draft. If so, they would have kept it. Ending up at number 5 means sending their pick to the Clippers as part of that trade. Pacers president of basketball operations Kevin Pritchard took to social media to say, quote, "I'm really sorry to all our fans. I own taking this risk. I thought we were due some luck." Steve Kathan, CBS News.
From the business desk, the lone Democrat on the Federal Communications Commission has told the CEO of Disney that the FCC is out to censure ABC TV, which is owned by Disney. CBS's Jim Krasula.
FCC member Ana Gomez says ABC has been a victim of a, quote, sustained, coordinated campaign of censorship and control by the Trump administration. Gomez has released a letter she sent to the CEO of Disney, which owns ABC, saying that the FCC under Republican Chairman Brendan Carr has been weaponized to pressure, quote, a free and independent press and all media into submission.
The Dow from Stifel is up 9 points to 49,618.
Plenty of sunshine as we go through our Monday afternoon, and temperatures are delightful. 76 for the high. Tonight, clear skies. This evening, temperatures will drop into the upper 60s by about 8 o'clock or so. 52 for the overnight low. Tuesday, sunny. Nice start. Warmer afternoon. 83 degrees. Couple of showers, maybe a rumble of thunder Tuesday night. It's not much. And then Wednesday, sunny and slightly cooler, but not by much. 75. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Sponsored by Chesterfield Fence and Deck, your premier provider of fences, decks, patios, sunrooms, and more. Call them for a free estimate today, now offering 48 months interest-free financing on your next outdoor project. Chesterfield Fence and Deck, chesterfieldfence.com. We've got sunshine and 74 downtown at the Arch. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. We have Bernie Miklasz coming up at 2:30. We have Sweet 16 of the best representation of the devil. For Mother's Day. And, as you do, not a shot at you, Mom. Don't come back. My friend, look, if anyone is capable, okay? If anyone's capable of climbing out of their grave and being mad at me, it's my mom.
Being mad specifically at you.
Yes. My friend Kyle is here. He is my friend. He is our guy for Zero Res. Zero Res has been with me, I don't even know anymore, but a very long time now. And we're just discussing candidly how challenging it is for you guys, like on a show like mine, because we have a lot of listeners, a lot of people who listen every single day. They get used to the deals, and you don't want them getting numb to the deals, which is why I always try to say, deal's great, but what's really great is the product.
Right. We want to be relevant, so we want you to want us to come into your home, and we know you have options. We know we're not the only carpet cleaning company out there. There's a couple big ones. We happen to be one of the big ones, but there's also your mom and pops that do a great job. You'll find them on Facebook, yard signs, the whole bit. So we think we do a wonderful job. We want to be the ones you call to come into your homes. So we've got to find ways to stay relevant, to stay exciting, for you to hear us and go, yes, let's get you guys to come in, because we only have a few seconds to tell
get
our
their
story.
attention.
So behind us, behind the pricing, behind the sometimes the gimmicks, the forward and backwards, it's what we do. It's what we offer, how we provide our service, our teammates, the customer experience. What we do at Zero Res, which is going to be different from all other companies out there primarily, is that we bring our water with us. We're not hooking into your garden hose. We're not tapping into your faucet. We're not dumping the water into your toilet. We bring our water with us. And why do we do that? Because we make our own water. Zero Res is Zero Res for a reason. We leave, very little to no residue behind. Because when you leave residue behind, that residue is soaps. And soaps are going to do what soaps are designed to do, and that is attract dirt and soils. And we don't want to do that, because when you do that, your carpets get dirtier faster, because there's no way, even us, which we get 98, 99% of that water out, but you're going to leave something behind. And we just don't want that left behind to be soaps. So other companies, when they come out and they treat your carpet, they're going to use soaps on your carpet, because that's what they do to tackle spots and stains. Well, we have developed in-house a particular water. It's water. You can drink it. I don't, but you can. That has an extremely high pH, and it's designed to tackle acidic spots and stains without using harsh soaps and chemicals. So what's left behind is just water. So it's not going to, no stickiness, no nothing. It's going to attract those dirts and soils. And then when we're done, we're going to take that water that we sucked up with us and make a mess at our house, not at your house.
Nice.
Yep. So
it's the best explanation I've heard of the whole Zero Res water thing. Here's one thing we should talk about more, but I'm always sheepish because I don't want to be like, hey, you St. Louis Hoosier swamp goats. But we both know that most people don't get their carpets clean on a regular basis.
Or ever.
And they can be nasty.
Yeah. So we do the white tile test to show you what's coming up. We have clear suction hoses that show you what's coming up. My technicians will sometimes, if they have a long day, or maybe we have a breakdown and the truck goes a weekend without getting dumped. Oh man, the stench. It's ripe. It is ripe. And that's just from a day's use. We're not talking a month's use. This is, 3 to 4 homes. This is 200 gallons of water that we're sucking up. And what's in this is just, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But you don't see it and you don't notice it because you're used to it.
Yeah.
But I can tell you who notices it. It's your friends. It's your family. It's anybody coming into your home it's a new smell, and they're going to notice it. They may even see it, So we don't want you to be embarrassed, because we're not embarrassed. Don't be embarrassed about your pets. We love your pets. In fact, I have a PSA. Please don't train your pets. Have them pee on the carpet. I want to come clean it up. If everybody's pets were trained, we
Lawn's overrated,
yeah. No, that's, in all kidding aside, though, we love your pets. We know they have accidents. We're not ashamed by it, so you shouldn't be. We want to clean that up. We want to get on our hands and knees and put our nose right into it to smell it, to see where it's at, how big is it, so we can get that out. Because I don't want you to be happy today, because that's not very long lasting. I want you to be happy for the next 6 months, so that you want to call us back in 7 months. It's that long lasting experience. We can come in and clean one room. We can clean it well, but that experience is going to last until you go into the next room. And that experience is kind of over. I want to clean the entire house. So they're going to ask for it. I want to clean every room top to bottom, so that experience doesn't end when you go room from room to room. So give us a call. We want to come back out. We want to talk with you. What are your needs? What are your wants? What do you want to get out of this cleaning? And then I want to clean top to bottom, and we're going to talk to you about what makes sense with this cleaning. The technicians are not going to talk about the basement. We're cleaning the upstairs, but we can get there if it makes sense, but what does make sense to you with what you want to spend, and how long do you want this experience to last?
And you guys are looking for people?
Always. I would say good help's hard to find, and it is, because help is not hard to find, but there's this job, although we're not splitting the atom, it takes a certain level of competence and confidence to do it effectively. So we get people in and we train them right, and we expect them to do a great job, and we set the bar high. So if you're out there and you think this is something you can handle, please give us a call. We want to come out and give you a shot, or you come out to us and give you a shot. Because again, it does take a certain level of competence to do it and do it right. And there's such a level of satisfaction when you're done that is among no other. I have a passion for carpet cleaning. Really, I have a passion for in-home services. I have a background in in-home services, and right now it happens to manifest itself in carpet cleaning. But we've all got the vacuuming lines that we get at home that we love. We'll just take that to the next level, and you get the lines. We actually don't like lines. Lines stay lines. But you get that satisfaction along with a happy customer and then a happy technician. Pays great. I've got technicians that, I'm ashamed to say how much they make, and everybody has the opportunity to get there and just make a killing as long as you have the confidence and the competence to come in and give it your best shot, and just really, really excel and be excited about what you're doing.
And I always say it in the lives, and I absolutely mean it. I mean, you've been to my house half a dozen times, maybe 10. You guys work your butt off.
Yeah, it's not an easy job. We get a lot of applicants from the housekeeping world because it's probably in the IRS. We're probably listed under the same category, cleaning. So we get a lot of housekeeping, a lot of janitorial backgrounds, a lot of hotel cleaning staffs, and we want them to come and apply, but we're not that. We're not, we clean, but we're not trying to make it presentable for tomorrow. We're trying to create a wow experience and make it presentable for the next 6 months. So it's a completely different world outside of, your typical dust mop and vacuum housekeeping world. That's just not it. It's far, far more laborious. Our hoses are long, hot, and heavy. Our equipment's hot and heavy. We're battling the elements. Our cleaning machine is inside of the van that gets the water close to 200 degrees, and then those technicians have to go sit in front of it to drive to the next job in the middle of summer.
Making it sound pretty good, Kyle.
And I say it with a smile because we do it and we love it.
Yeah.
And the technicians, they come in day out and they just have such satisfaction about what they're giving the customers. Along with, I can't complain about the paycheck they take home at the end of the week for doing it.
So 314-474-2020, ZeroResSTL.com. Same numbers, contact if they're interested in a job?
Absolutely.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Thank you, buddy.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it, man.
Thanks for having us.
For years, Gone South has been a podcast about crime in the American South. But for our new season, we're widening the lens. Through deeply reported, narrative-driven stories, we're digging into the myths, scandals, and power structures that still shape the South, and, in a lot of ways, the country itself. Follow and listen to Gone South Season 5, an Odyssey podcast, available now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your shows.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Ready or not, summer is coming, and Wayfair's Memorial Day clearance is on now. Right now through May 25th, get up to 70% off everything home at Wayfair. Plus, score amazing doorbuster deals all sale long and surprise flash deals on Memorial Day. We're talking thousands of products at every style and budget. Now is the time to save big on must-haves for your patio, backyard, and beyond. These savings won't last, so don't wait. Shop Wayfair's Memorial Day clearance now through May 25th.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Stan Musial, he missed a season in his prime to serve his country in the Navy.
Honor a legend on Saturday, May 16th when the Cardinals face the Kansas City Royals. Fans can secure a Stan Musial military bobblehead presented by Coca-Cola and Deerbirds. This patriotic collectible celebrates Stan's Hall of Fame career and his service to our country. A true symbol of character on and off the field. A tribute worth displaying and remembering. Don't miss it. Get tickets and details at cardinals.com/promotions.
Some Sundays are made for the water. Sunday, May 17th, as the Cardinals take on the Kansas City Royals, make it a ballpark day too. That day, you can score a Cardinals boat tote presented by Coca-Cola and Walmart. A classic summer bag that fits right in from the dock to the dugout. It's ready for long weekends, sunny afternoons, and whatever plans you have next. Get tickets now at cardinals.com/promotions.
So I always try to impress upon you guys how very, very different this experience with the Gelman team is from your typical real estate agent. And I don't know the stats on this, so I should probably close my mouth. But I'm going to guess that a good number of agents out there are lone wolves. Nothing wrong with that. I was a lone wolf for a while when I was an attorney. All the respect in the world. Hang a shingle, put out a sign, where would you dig, do your best. But it's kind of not fair because with eXp Realty, we have such a vast
array of options. We are great at creating demand and multiple offers. We will provide you with an instant cash offer, a real win. A lot of places will advertise this knowing that, let's say your house is worth $500,000 and their cash offer is going to be $300,000. Well, friggin' duh. I mean, what do you think you're going to do with that? Local agents always work best. We have all local agents. And just check the scoreboard. I mean, we just sell homes for more money in a shorter amount of time than anyone else. I've worked with them about 3 times now on different real estate transactions, and they have always delivered. And that's like, hey, man, we're talking about money. We're talking about real money here. I'm not going to say nice things about you just because you're paying me, to do the lives. They did a great job. For all things Gelman, you can go to thegelmanteam.com, put in your address on the front page. We'll tell you what we think your home is worth right now. 314-336-1991.
Certain restrictions apply.
Retiring soon? Get the information you need by joining Kyle Jones and Matt Allgeier of Fire Capital Management for your retirement highway, Sunday mornings at 9:30. Investment advisory services made available through Pine Ridge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Securities made available through AE Financial Services, LLC, member FINRA and SIPC.
S&L Coin. We buy gold and silver coins, silver and gold jewelry. Also buying gold-filled and silver plate. Before you sell, call S&L. 314-544-3600. 314-544-3600. S&L Coin.
100 years of service and still at your service. KMOX.
Welcome back, DGS on KMOX. Andrew, you went to Hannibal?
I did.
Did you see the Twainster?
I did. I saw him. He was out. He was walking around.
He was there.
He was giving hugs. Hang on, I'm
He
fighting my
said,
headphones.
"Tell Dave Glover I said
Yeah,
what's
ask if he remembers me.
I rode a boat.
Nice.
I rode a boat. I went through the cave.
Beautiful.
Boat was fun. Cave was a little, there's no danger.
Cave's a little pricey, isn't it?
Both of them were a little $35-y, which was a little unexpected. But they were nice. I mean, they were relaxing. You know what I mean? Like the cave's nice and
what's
cool.
What's the cave like? Is it just one big cave, or are you on a tram, or what?
Yeah, so it's walking, which was the first strike against them. Let me tell you what.
Right.
It's like an hour, and you're walking through the cave, and it's like a very easy walk. Couple of squeezable parts where you gotta kind of turn to your side a little bit.
Good.
But overall, it was not as claustrophobic as I thought it was going to be, because I am a little claustrophobic, and so I sign up for these things, and I'm like, all right, cave, this sounds fun. Then I get in there, and I'm like, what the hell?
That's right.
Yeah. We should have done the dark one. There's like a dark cave that you can go through with flashlights, and that probably would have been more fun. But that was like, we would have had to wait around for like half an hour, and I'm like, nah, because they were like, well, we got one that's leaving that's already like 10% done. I was like, yeah, squeeze us on that one, we'll run. The craziest thing though was this hotel room that I stayed in. It was a very interesting hotel room. Never been in anything like this. So it had a nice big jet tub in it, which was very cool to have in the room. I question the logic of doing like a carpeted room with a jet tub in it. It seems like Mold City, but
interesting.
It's a newer renovated hotel, so that's a later problem.
Yeah.
There was no bathroom door, and there was no covering of the bathroom. So there was no obstruction between any other part of the hotel room and the toilet.
What happens if you have to take a Huck Finn?
Yeah, well, that was the problem that we encountered 30 seconds after I walked into the room.
Is it at least like facing out to the rest of the plate room, or is it like at least
yes,
maybe
it is
off an
facing
angle?
it is facing the room.
So
you
if
are
you're like-
facing when you are on the toilet, you're facing the bed.
Happy 10-year anniversary, honey.
Yeah, happy 10-year anniversary. I'm going to go in here.
Why
You might want
would
to
you
go
build
take
the
a walk
hotel
or
like
something.
that?
And we're going to see if it echoes. Okay, that's good. That's good. It does echo. Good to know.
Honey, why don't you get in the jet tub?
It's time for the thunder.
I'm going to take a dump. I'll be there in about 3 minutes.
She literally had to, because it was the only place that she could get low enough and the sound could be loud enough to block it out.
I have no choice.
I have never experienced anything like this It was completely insane.
So on your 10th anniversary trip, while you're pooping, your bride is laying in the like a tornado.
Yes, she is taking shelter in the jet tub with the jets running so that she does not have to hear. We were doing like new girlfriend rules where like I turned the sink on while I was going just so she wouldn't have to hear, because I was woken up in the middle of the night by her peeing. It sounded like a pressure washer outside. Like the echo was so loud from inside because it was just a little tiny like all tile, and then there was the shower with glass doors in between. So that was the other thing. You also like you just there was no like privacy in the shower at all. Like you were just stared at in the shower. And so it just echoed so horribly that it was so loud.
Wow.
Why would you design a hotel?
It was such a completely insane way for this hotel room
Did
to
you
exist.
like take a look at the listing before you booked it?
The listing did not say anything about, and it's an open concept bathroom. The toilet's in the middle of the room.
Why would anybody do? I'm like, what's the upside?
Yeah, no, well, that's the thing. I was like, is this a hotel room? Is this like a different hotel than I thought it was? I can't think of any other like, did y'all forget? Like,
why is there no door?
I had to turn on the jets. It was an absolute necessity.
It's like
It
you're in a
was my
spy
only
movie, right?
respite.
Like,
No,
wait,
yeah.
Hold on, this place is bugged. We got to turn on the shower so we can talk and can't hear
no
us.
door and nothing to prevent just like, I mean, you're making eye contact. It's crazy.
You got the Mark Twain reenactor, and he's out there with the kids. He's like, "There's something not everyone knows about me. I like to defecate in front of others."
Well, it was also funny. So then we were at the very corner of the hotel room, or of the hotel this room was. And so there was a door that led out to the pool, and like a glass door that was like took up half of the room, right? And there was a curtain, but then there was another window right catty corner to it that opened up to the gas station next door. So it is entirely possible that somebody could have been getting gas if I had left the curtains open. You could have been getting gas, turned around behind you, and seen me on the toilet.
Oh, my God.
Very strange way to do a hotel.
If you wanted to make that hotel, that would be tough.
Yeah, you would be like hard pressed to figure out like, all right, how can I make the gas station toilet fetish hotel work? How can we do this? There has to be a way. They seem to have, I think, unintentionally stumbled on it.
So there was carpet around the tub, which was
Yes.
outside of the bathroom that had no door.
Yes.
Was there tile in the doorless bathroom at least?
Yes, that was, well, the tile was actually unwelcome in the doorless bathroom at that point.
Because then it's
Because the echoing, the echoing was absolutely, like as pointed out, the echoing is absolutely insane.
Maybe you should have pooped in the tub.
I was whispering
Oh, my
in the
God.
bathroom, and she was hearing it on the bed.
What were you
Is that
whispering
what you
in
call
the
it?
bathroom?
You call it whispering?
I was whispering, don't look, stop looking. Look.
Who are you talking to?
And
Who are
she's
you
like,
addressing?
I'm not, well, because she was facing me, but like looking at her phone, and I'm like,
Get
yeah.
in the tub.
yeah, I was
You
like,
know
stop.
what to do.
I was like, stop looking. And she's like, I'm not looking. I'm looking at my phone. I'm like, well, turn around.
Go down to the lobby.
Okay, that's a little like stop looking. She's not leering at you.
Well, even if she did want to leer, that's fine. I mean, she's my wife, but I was like, it just made me feel weird.
You're making me feel uncomfortable. You're checking me out while
Boy,
I'm.
I bet things got hot later on. Huh?
You're making me feel bad because I'm like, I don't want to be doing this in front of you.
You're like,
no
"Honey-"
one should have to see this.
You're like, honey, you know you have that fantasy about people at a gas station watching?
Yeah, go ahead and open that curtain.
Man.
Take a gander.
And they can just stare right at me from, I don't know, 2 meters away while I'm on the toilet.
I'm gonna try to find this.
Just a
hotel.
hint:
Yeah,
if you're
Vic
going to
wants to
stay
know
at
what
this
the hotel
hotel,
I don't know because they were nice. It was like it seemed like a pretty nice place. I don't want to like make it sound like
Right.
I'm bad mouthing them or
right?
anything.
You might be selling it on some people.
Was
That's
it like
true.
a Baymont, a Hilton, or was it like a Stephanie's?
Yeah, it was like a Stephanie's.
Okay.
It was like its own. It was its own place.
Did you ever be like, you think about like, man, I'm gonna go for a walk and use the toilets in the lobby?
No, the lobby didn't have toilets. It was like an unfinished room.
I got you. So they didn't have like the one that's
the lobby was like the lobby was very strange. I went in to check. I'm paranoid about checking out at hotels because generally you don't even have to anymore.
Right.
You just leave, and as long as you're not there when the maid's there, they call it good. But this not being like a Hilton or a Baymont or whatever, I was like, let me go in and check out. And there was like a big fat older guy that was sitting in there. It's like an unfinished room. And he was shocked to see me. He was like, "Oh, hi." I was like, "Oh, hey."
Walked in your room in the bathroom.
Right?
Like,
yes. Like I think
hey.
He's like, I have got to install some doors around here.
He might have been on the toilet too, for all I know. I couldn't see behind the counter.
They just have like a Pittsburgh toilet in the lobby.
And so I was like, "Hey," and he didn't say anything. And I was like, I'm checking out of room 107." And he just kind of stared at me again. And I go, "Do I have to do anything?" And he goes, "Well, did you pay?" And I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "Go." Okay, thank you.
Hospitality business.
Yeah, that's the hospitality. I was like,
Oh, my
okay,
Lord.
thank you, strange man.
Your ride home just got a lot less of this and a lot more of this.
The 3-2 pitch with the runner going, a swing and a high fly ball, deep left field, and it's a gunner.
Kevin Wheeler, Matt Pauley, Bernie Miklasz, 3 voices, 1 hour, all Cardinals. The Redbird Rush Hour delivers.
Sponsored by Busey Bank. Building community with Busey Bank. Beyond the game.
The Redbird Rush Hour, weeknights at 5 on the voice of the Cardinals, KMOX.
Lots of places can expose you to identity theft.
Oh no.
That's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity, which is way more than anyone can do on their own. If we find anything suspicious, like new loans or changes to your financial accounts, we alert you right away, all through text, phone, email, or the LifeLock app. Get the alerts that could make all the difference. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
An official message from Medicare.
I turned 65 this year. I knew it was time to figure out Medicare, and I had questions, like when to enroll and how to enroll. So I went straight to the official source, Medicare.gov, to get the facts about Medicare. I found answers to all my questions, and I'm ready to get started. And so can you. Just go to Medicare.gov to get the real facts about Medicare.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Dave Murray's weather forecast is sponsored by Sandberg Phoenix Law Firm.
Plenty of sunshine as we go through our Monday afternoon, and temperatures are delightful. 76 for the high. Tonight, clear skies. This evening, temperatures will drop into the upper 60s by about 8 o'clock or so. 52 for the overnight low. Tuesday, sunny. Nice start. Warmer afternoon. 83 degrees. Couple of showers, maybe a rumble of thunder Tuesday night. It's not much. And then Wednesday, sunny and slightly cooler, but not by much, 75. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Sandberg Phoenix serves your business in litigation, intellectual property, and products liability. We're more than a law firm. We're committed to your success. Learn more at sandbergphoenix.com. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertising.
Let me tell you guys about my friend Susan L. Ward, and she's a very, very good friend of mine. I've known Susan for 30 years at least, because when I started my practice and I was doing divorce law and I didn't know much about it, she took me under her wing and helped me to not look like a fool when I would go to court. She has been doing this for decades. I can't imagine anyone in town, including judges, would know any more about the judicial system, about how to try a family law case, than Susan. But she's not just a barracuda, right? Like, you watch too many television shows. She can be very aggressive. She can be very protective. She can even be mean, but she doesn't come out of the box that way. She knows that sometimes you need a soft touch. Now, here's my best advice. If you're thinking about a divorce,
Talk to anyone you want to talk to. Talk to a trusted friend. Talk to a clergy person. Talk to a therapist. But before you do anything, before you say anything to your spouse, make sure you talk to a good divorce attorney, because the facts on the ground of what it's going to be like for you may be such that you change your mind at least for a while. I think that's good advice. 314-783-9400, stlfamilylaw.com.
1 in 4 people surveyed by Bankrate.com say they're literally losing sleep because of worries that they may have not saved enough to retire. If you're ready to get serious about planning for your financial future, you could start by listening to the All Financial Hour with host Steve All of the All Financial Group.
What are your wishes, hopes, and dreams? What's retirement look like for you? Because everybody, that picture is different. If you want assistance, we can also help you at that point.
Saturday mornings at 10 or Sunday evenings at 6, right here on KMOX.
Just a reminder to have your air conditioner checked for the summer so you don't have a mishap and it goes down in the hottest day of the year. But it's always best to have it done. Call us and we'll be more than happy to come out there and check it for you. And like always, if you're having your furnace checked by another company and you are told that this is the year you need to replace it, call me for a second opinion. The 0% interest is still available on most brands. Save your cash and keep your credit cards open and away from those high rates. Call me. You'll be glad you did. Bart Inman, one easy number in Missouri and Illinois. The easiest. It is 314-293-2600. Or on the website, bartinman.com. Now that's Bart with a B, Inman with an I.com. God bless.
Get inside your Redbirds in the 2026 season every Tuesday at noon. It's All Access with Cardinals manager Ollie Marmol on your voice of the Cardinals, KMOX. Bernie Miklasz on KMOX is sponsored by Stewart's American Mortgage, home of the Bagel Loan, and by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin comfort dealer.
Welcome back, guys. DGS 2:33. Time to talk to Bernie Miklasz. Hey, Bern.
Dave Glover, how are you, my friend?
Doing well, man. Although I'm having a syndrome that's happening with the Cardinals. I fell asleep yesterday during the game, and I paused it, and Nick texted me, and he goes, "Are you watching?" And I'm like, "Oh, this is either really good or really bad." So I forwarded it, and I caught up, and I saw them hit the home run, last strike. But here's the syndrome I'm having. I'm beginning to expect wins.
Yeah.
And it's screwing with me because I know I've lived it with you guys. I've lived the whole thing. Rebuild, temper your expectations, but I'll be damned if I don't expect them to win every series.
Hey, listen, I'm with you 100%. I was really frustrated by that loss yesterday, not because I don't appreciate the way the Cardinals have played ball this season. I think we all appreciate it and like it very, very much. But it's actually a sign of respect to them when they have some good things going and they have a chance to win a series and they don't win a series. It's okay to basically say, hey, we have higher expectations for you now. Like, for example, their pitchers go in there, meaning the Cardinals pitchers, who, by the way, have really been a lot better since around April 14th. I mean, a lot better. That includes starters and relievers. But anyway, they go into San Diego, and in 4 games, they give up 8 runs, and the Padres hit 121 against them. And they have a 2-0 series lead, and they're 1 strike away from wrapping up a 3-1 series victory, but they let the Padres get a split out of this. And by the way, it sounds like I'm mad. I'm not mad. I'm just saying, yeah, I think when a team shows us that they're pretty dang good and they're capable of beating anybody, when they have a game, basically, or they have a chance to win 1 game with 2 games left in the series to take a series victory, and they don't get it done, that's really disappointing. And by the way, I'm not blaming Riley O'Brien. I'm just saying he just made a bad pitch and Castellanos beat him on it. But the problem yesterday was, except for the fourth inning where they got the 2-run homer by Walker, the rest of the game, all the other innings, take the fourth inning out of it. All the other innings, the Cardinals were 1 for 28. Got 1 hit and 28 at bats. So, that's inexcusable. See, and I will talk like a little salty now. That's inexcusable. No, you got to be better than that. So San Diego's, the pitchers they ran out there yesterday, they're I didn't see Bob Gibson or Tom Seaver, So except for one swing by Jordan Walker, they're 1 for 28. That's not good enough, fellas.
Yeah, I'd say, Bern, if you look at the big picture, right, we were talking about coming out of the Miami series, and maybe even if we included the Miami series, but starting with Seattle, this was going to be a brutal stretch, right? Well, you're 9-7 against a brutal stretch, and really you're 9-4 in your last 13 because you got swept by Seattle. And these are all tough teams that you're facing. I mean, Seattle, Pittsburgh, Los Angeles, Milwaukee, San Diego. These are all good teams. Yep, I agree with both of you guys. Seeing a loss like that, seeing the bats go quiet, they're only hitting like 223 and slugging 340 in the month of May. They're not getting anything from the bench players. Like the Pozo, Urias, Prieto, Sajasi, Fermin are combined like 1 for 24 in May. So, and again, that's not guys that we expect a lot from, but when you combine that with Scott not hitting and Pages not hitting and JJ having his first real slump, that's, you're relying on 3 or 4 guys to do everything.
That's pretty much it. It is a terrible bench, and I would hope that would be remedied at some point. I'm not sure how. And I think that's where Hein Bloom gets kind of caught in the middle a little bit, or at least maybe we think he's caught in the middle. Because if they would improve the bench, because if you have a situation where your 8 and 9 spots are just they're empty right now. They're empty vessels. 5 for 60 in May, the 8 and 9 spots, 5 hits and 60 at bats. So you got two line. And listen, I'm a Pages guy, but he's in a terrible slump, which happens to everybody.
Yeah.
But they're getting nothing out of the 8 and 9 spots, which there's a double whammy with that, because it's not only just the 8 and 9 spots, like what they do as individuals, but after the 8 and 9 spots, you have Weatherholt, and then Herrera's up, and then Burleson, then Walker. But because the 8 and 9 spots are so awful, they're not setting up any RBI opportunities for the best part of the lineup that comes up next.
No, it's a great point. And, in Pages' case too, like, like you said, I think slumps are going to happen, but boy, he had some defensive goofs this weekend too that hurt. Pass balls that you wouldn't think would be pass balls. Well, one didn't get scored that way. It was close. The low one wasn't counted that way, but the one to his left was a pass ball, and that led to a run that ended up being a tough game, part of a tough game. But yeah, I mean, kind of hard to do much of anything when you're not turning the lineup over, but also, you're supposed to be preventing those things.
I don't know how to say this, but if you look at StatCast, I think Pages is like in the 95th percentile of like fielding run value, which means he's 95% better than every catcher defensively in baseball. And caught stealings above average, he's in the 97th percentile, which means in terms of throwing runners out, he's 97% better than all the other guys. So you got to pardon me, man, but the whole Pages thing is kind of rubs me the wrong way, because it's like, he stinks as a hitter right now. His month of May is awful, 1 base hit. But I have a thing about the fact, okay, well, he's not hitting and he stinks at the plate, which is true, totally true. But then it's like, okay, now let's all jump on his defense too, and we'll nitpick that. No, I'm not. You can. I'm not.
Yeah, I mean, he's bottom third of the league in blocks. And I agree with you on the throwing. He's one of the best throwers out there. And he's a great game caller, which is the most important part of this. And obviously the team would probably agree with that too, that he runs a pitching staff very well. It's not about bagging on him. It's hard when some basic things don't get done and you're not hitting. It's one thing if you're hitting a little bit or you're just getting those things done.
Well, okay, so you feel it. So you got to go all the way down there to look for the fact that he's below average at blocking pitches. Okay.
Well, I mean, it's at the top of the list on StatCast page.
Yeah. So I mean, so what? So that 95th percentile,
No.
like his overall defense, what that doesn't count?
No, I'm not saying it doesn't count. I'm saying
Well,
the other stuff counts too.
Well, don't you? No, because that's baked into his overall defensive rating.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is, you're looking at a crappy blocking rate. Okay, fine.
Well,
But within his overall defensive value, which is better than 95% of major league catchers. That's my point.
Okay. But just like another defender, if another defender makes a critical error that helps lose a game, it's okay to point that out.
I don't think he lost the game the other night.
They didn't lose it, but
Pass
that run
ball?
scored that wouldn't have scored. And they ended up losing by one run.
They had the bases loaded, and what happened?
They had runners.
They had a chance to win.
Oh no, I agree.
They had a
I
chance
agree.
to win a game.
No, but no play loses a game by itself. 100% agree. You know, I agree with you on that.
Well, I'm not into that, man. I'm sorry. You can listen, man. I love you like a brother, but we can disagree sometimes.
It's totally cool.
Can
Yeah.
I just say something? How fascinating this is. I think Wheeler could have opened up with, Bernie, I think your wife's a little ugly. And he'd have been like, sometimes, but boy, you go after Pajes.
No. Well, so listen, this is, it's hard to explain it, man. Like today I was arguing with my really great friend. He is Will Leach. And he was dumping on Pajes. And I'm like, well, listen, man, he's not hitting right now. And I can't defend that. He's awful this month. But no one was bagging on his hitting at the end of April. And his last 2 months of last season were very, 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 very good. But he's awful right now at the plate. But so why are we using that? We're all frustrated watching him at the plate because he's been awful. But why all of a sudden, like, we're kind of bringing his defense into it as if there's some big flaws there where there's not?
Do you guys?
I mean, if you look at if you look where over the weekend, Fangraphs had him rated as the third best defensive catcher in the majors.
Mm-hmm. What level?
So he didn't block a pitch and he went for a pass ball. Okay, that to me that's just a disproportionate criticism. But here's my other thing, and Glover, you'll appreciate this. Wasn't there a time in St. Louis where a whole sequence of catchers, starting with Tom Pagnazzi, they couldn't hit. Pagnazzi couldn't hit, played great defense, everyone loved him. Mike Matheny couldn't hit, played great defense, great leader, all that, right? Yadier Molina, for a long, long time in his career, his middle years were good. He couldn't hit. Everyone loved him for his defense. So Pajes comes along, and he's a top 5 major league catcher defensively. No, he's not hitting. But why all of a sudden is this like an outrage and like an affront to decency or something?
Well, nobody's framing it that way, and I'm definitely
not.
Well,
no. I was obviously being facetious, dude. Come on. The point being, though, like all of a sudden we used to celebrate great defensive catchers, but all of a sudden with this guy, we draw the line and it's just like, well, they can't have this.
Well, then I can't criticize any performance that he has?
No, I didn't say that. No, don't be silly. I didn't say that.
Because I'm not trying to question whether or not he's a quality defensive player. I'm pointing out part of how he's playing right now.
I have a question.
That's all I'm doing.
I have a question.
Yeah, man. He had a pass ball. Man, let's get rid of him.
To what? To what extent?
Third best catcher in baseball defensively. Oh, that pass ball. Let's talk about that, though. All right, go ahead.
To what extent, if any, do you sense an urgency from the front office to move Crooks up?
Oh, none.
None, because he can't hit anything except fastballs. And Viva Alberto's pointed out something good today, and it got me looking at something. The other thing about him, like his home run fly ball rate in the minors this year is 50%, which basically is unheard of because it's kind of fluky.
Right.
It means it's not real. There's like if you look at a guy like Aaron Judge, like 41% of his, anywhere between 35, 40, 41% of his fly balls will go for a home run. No one ever goes like in the history of baseball, like 50% of your fly balls leave the park. A lot of that has to do with the minor league parks and minor league pitching.
Yep.
But more than that, Dave, I think it's a matter of Crooks is not going to come up here unless he's going to play all the time. And they value Pajes' defense so much that they're not prepared right now. Maybe later in the season, who knows? I mean, the Giants traded a great defensive catcher and got a pretty good return. Maybe the Cardinals will get some calls for Pajes. the Cardinals are overloaded at catcher. They are going to have to make a move at some point down the line, and probably pretty soon, right? So Pages could be moved out of the way, but I don't think it's going to be anytime soon.
No, and it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be now. I mean, it's definitely got to be later on down the road. Because there's no, I mean, like, for example, the way to your point, Bern, moving him now just basically means putting him in the Pozo role, and that makes no sense.
No.
Right?
No.
I mean, you're not going to just dump him. You're not going to send him to AAA. So, no, unless there's a trade, you definitely don't need to do anything.
I have another question. I know we're running out of time, and Rach is going to give me the scratchy eyeball. But
it's my fault, Rach. It's my fault.
But Bern, you rattled off the very meager statistics that we have on hitting. How are we winning? Like, I'm not that smart.
Yeah, the pitching's gotten better. Yeah.
Okay.
This month, this pitching staff that me and everybody else, rightfully so, complained about the whole month of April, right? This month, the Cardinals have the third best ERA in the majors. Since April the 14th, their starting rotation has got the seventh best, and this is 24 games. It's got the seventh best ERA in the majors. Their bullpen is moving up. Their bullpen is getting better. And both the starters and the relievers are striking people out more. The strikeout rate since like around the middle of April has gone up collectively, both starters and relievers, by about 6.5%. They're getting better. And so they're now capable, if they can keep doing this, of course, they're now capable of winning low-scoring games. In the first month in the season, the offense had to bail the pitchers out all the time. They had to get runs late. That's the reason why they were winning all these comebacks. Now, at least for now, it's like a reversal of the way they were in April. Now it's like the pitchers are keeping the Cardinals in the game because the hitting has gone cold. So it's like the exact opposite of the way it was in April.
Tell us about Saliga, Bern.
I will, my friend. Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin Comfort dealer, has been taking care of St. Louis family since 1927. That's 100 years. And see, even when Wheeler and I argue, we could call Saliga and get some help there too. They could cool us down. They do everything. But all kidding aside, they stand for integrity. Listen, you don't last for 100 years unless you're great at what you do, and you treat your customers with respect, and you treat your customers in a way where they will trust you and call you again, and trust you and call you again. They believe in earning your trust, and they work really, really hard to do that. And we've been calling Saliga for 18, 19 years, and I can testify, man, they're a pleasure to deal with, and we trust them entirely. And that is such a huge reason why we would pick any heating and cooling dealer. But we pick Saliga, and we're staying with them because they're great. If you want to find out more and more about them, all the services, the phone number, you'll see it all at SaligaHeatingandCooling.com. Thank you.
Each year in St. Louis, 10 women are recognized for volunteer leadership that changes lives. They support families, strengthen communities, and create opportunities where they're needed most. Join us Tuesday, May 19th at the Ritz-Carlton for the 2026 Women of Achievement Awards Luncheon. Celebrate their impact and be part of a tradition more than 70 years strong. Reservations available at WOASTL.org. For more information, go to KingdomOX.com/events.
So I'm probably going to get this wrong. Dr. Birdie, who listens to the show all the time, may text me and correct me. He certainly may. But when I view ophthalmology associates, I think of them as doing three basic buckets of things. One is the one that I've done, which is the typical, hey, I wear glasses, although I rarely wear them. But if I want them, like for playing baseball or driving at night, I have to have a fresh prescription. They go stale after 12 months. You have to go get an exam. I've had exams lots of different places over my life. And with ophthalmology, it is a different deal. It's so much more thorough. It's not painful. Nothing hurts. It's the eye doctor. But you end up in a chair, in an office, across from a doctor in a chair, answering all of your questions. No complaints. Second bucket is, hey, I think I had something going on with my eye. It could be dry eye, could be irritation, could be pink eye, could have something stuck in my eye. Then the third bucket are the surgeries. And Dr. Birdie and Dr. Malhotra are great surgeons. The LASIK procedure is very, very different than it used to be if you looked at it maybe 15, 20 years ago.
I was told I had baby cataracts last year. Dr. Birdie said I probably don't have to worry until I'm about 75, so that's a worry for 75-year-old Dave. But if you have them and they're affecting your vision, go see the doctors at Ophthalmology Associates. 314-966-5000, youridoc.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
It's 2:51. This time check is brought to you by Paramount Men's Medical Center.
Looking for a great real estate agent? Someone who can help you sell your home fast and for top dollar? Go to ready.com. REDY.com. Because on Ready, agents will pay you just for the opportunity to sell your home. Yeah, on Ready, agents will pay you for your listing. Thousands of dollars up front just for a chance to sell your home. And it's easy. Just go to ready.com, enter your address, and when you want to sell. In just 48 hours, the best local agents are competing on Ready to be your agent, with cash offers up front just to win your business. Hey, your listing is valuable. Don't give it away. Make those agents earn it. Get paid to pick your real estate agent. Go to ready.com or call 888-525-REDY. 888-525-READY.
Broadcasting from the Scott Credit Union Studio, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
I was just in there showing Beth and Maria the picture of my mom with the Twin Towers.
Yeah.
My nephews. Anytime you haven't seen that one, it makes a big impression. 4'6" versus 6'10". All right. That was lively with Bern.
It was fun.
I've not been a part of a Bernie segment like that.
No, it's fun. We've done it on Rush Hour a few times. Sports guys are going to sports guy. That's how we are.
Yeah.
Why do you think I am the way I am? I spent 30 years in sports.
I'm used to you being the one.
Well, I mean, we're a match, Bernie and I. We're the same in that way. We like it.
You know what I'm troubled by, confused by? Evidently, it's really a thing. It's really catching on that people are training miniature horses to play the keyboards and bringing them into hospice patients. It's become like a thing that people do.
I've seen it. They go like...
And having some experience with hospice patients, I'm not sure if I were on hospice and I'm laying there kind of passively watching Let's Make a Deal for like the 11th hour. I'm not sure I want a little horse walking in my room and playing piano.
Yeah, that might.
I'm going to think it's time.
Yeah. That might kind of take me out of the moment a little bit.
Right?
I'll take the horse over. Let's make a deal.
Do the horses even know what they're doing?
Why are they got to play? Why can't they just be there? Why do they got to play music? Just
Thank you.
like the draw of the horse being there is like, oh, horsey, you pet them and they're nice to you.
It is kind
They're
of
not
the
even
ultimate.
playing good music. They're just smashing the keys.
Yeah, it's kind of two jokes at once,
Right,
isn't it?
right.
This is Congressman Bob Onder. Americans demanded border security, and House Republicans delivered. According to the Department of Homeland Security, for 10 consecutive months, U.S. Customs and Border Protection has reported 0 illegal aliens released at the border. I'm proud to have worked with the Trump administration to secure our southern border and uphold our immigration laws, and will keep fighting to advance strong policies that protect Missourians and keep America safe.
Paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
Spring is here. Hi, this is Tim Gamma.
And I'm Tom Gamma.
When it comes to tree care, call the name you can trust. Gamma Tree Experts, founded by our dad, Frank Gamma, in 1954.
Frank will be 91 this year, and the third generation of Gammas have joined the business.
Call our team of certified arborists to inspect your trees and shrubs today. Knowledge and quality are hallmarks of our reputation. Now in our 72nd year.
For pruning, fertilization, and removal, call Gamma Tree Experts today or visit us at gammatree.com.
Your trees deserve the best care.
Hey Missouri, it's game time. Start betting like a pro with the world's largest sports book at your fingertips. Hi, I'm Derek Stevens. I'm a lifelong sports bettor and I'm the owner of Circus Sports. It's sports betting the way it should be, with high limits, player-friendly pricing, exceptional customer service, and more. Download your new bookie at circusports.com. The action starts now, Missouri. Experience the difference with Circus Sports. Bet like a pro.
Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Mizzou football will be here before you know it. Join us for the 100th anniversary of Memorial Stadium with season tickets. Join the season ticket waitlist at mutigers.com/FB waitlist and get ready to lock in tickets for 2026. The home schedule is highlighted by games against Florida, Texas A&M, Texas, Kentucky, and Oklahoma. Don't wait to reserve your spot. Join the waitlist at mutigers.com/FB waitlist. MIZ.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
With summer here and the kids home full time, your garage door will see a lot more use. Do it a favor with annual maintenance from Overhead Door Company of St. Louis. The 26-point tune-up is one price for up to 3 garage doors and openers. Get them all done. Trusted in St. Louis for 100 years. Always look for the genuine, the original red ribbon of Overhead Door Company of St. Louis. Since 1926, they're never going to steer you wrong. Schedule online at overheaddoorsstlouis.com.
Data centers don't wait, and neither should your supply chain. From power and connectivity to racks and critical power, Graybar brings the products and the experience data centers need now. And with deep inventory and logistics expertise, we keep projects moving from first delivery to final install. With hundreds of locations and a nationwide delivery fleet, we help you bring facilities online, on time, and on budget. Yep, Graybar does that.
The trusted voice of St. Louis. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
At 3 o'clock, we've got sunshine. It is 75 degrees downtown at the Arch. Senator Josh Hawley of Missouri says he's on board with helping people with rising gas prices by suspending the federal gas tax. Congress must approve the move. Patrick DeHaan is a senior petroleum analyst with Gas Buddy.
If Congress approves a federal gas tax holiday of 18.4 cents, motors would likely be feeling the impact rather quickly, but they may not visibly see a reduction if the price of oil is going up in the backdrop.
Creve Coeur residents are urging the city council to not approve a 147-unit luxury apartment complex project when they meet tonight.
Well, the Garrison Company is requesting the Creve Coeur City Council rezone a commercial lot located between Gracer Road and Mary Meadows Lane on Olive Boulevard so they can turn it into a large mixed-use development. So large, it's drawing pushback from residents. Here's one of them that I spoke to, Mary Rothstein.
Goes to like 160,000+ square feet on this corner. It has a 4-story building looking into people's backyards.
Rothstein is also concerned that the proposal doesn't fully meet the comprehensive plan for redevelopment in Creve Coeur, saying the plaza that's being proposed as a part of this development is quite small and doesn't really appeal all that much to local residents. In Creve Coeur, Sean Malone, KMOX News.
A new survey shows costs continue to climb for businesses in this country because of the war with Iran. CBS News correspondent Cammie McCormick.
Most businesses say they're affected by rising energy prices. Transportation costs are eating into everyday operations. 2/3 also report higher costs for materials over the past 3 months. And supply disruptions for things like fertilizer are straining operations for some. The National Association for Business Economics says nearly half of businesses are passing along costs to consumers, and a growing number think prices will continue to rise.
We have the latest on a Mizzou football player injured in a shooting over the weekend. Here's sports director Tom Ackerman.
Citing a source, ESPN's Pete Thamel says there is optimism that Mizzou running back Ahmad Hardy will play football again. How quickly he can return and the impact isn't known. Hardy is reportedly alert today and moving around after being the victim of a shooting at a concert in Mississippi early Sunday morning and sustaining a gunshot wound. The school says in a statement that Hardy underwent surgery Sunday in Mississippi and is in stable condition. Tom Ackerman, KMOX Sports.
From the business desk, the nation's realtors were not quite as busy last month. CBS News correspondent Jim Krasula.
Sales of existing homes in the U.S. were essentially flat in April. Another lackluster showing for the housing market during what's traditionally its busiest time of the year. The National Association of Realtors says just over 4 million homes were sold nationwide last month, unchanged compared to April of last year.
The national median sales price of existing homes increased about 1% in April, from a year earlier to $417,700. Let's get an update of the St. Louis Business Index now to Stifel, Bob Beckman. Bob.
Thanks, Michael. All major markets were up today. The Dow Jones Industrial Average up 95 points at 49,704. The S&P up 1390 at 7412. The NASDAQ up 5 at 26,552. For the St. Louis Index, the Bloomberg St. Louis Index of Business down 1794 at 1673. For the biggest gainers, Ameren up 92 cents at 109.99. Centene up 40 cents at 56.36. And for the leading decliners, Polaris down 144 at 1206. Edgewell Personal Care down 158 at 1967. And finally, Stifel Financial was down 190 at 74.60. This has been Bob Beckman, Senior Vice President of Investments with Stifel, member SIPC and New York Stock Exchange. For additional information, visit our website at stifel.com.
Got a crash on 270 going south at I-70. That's on the right shoulder. Some debris on 44 going east at Vandevetter. Watch out for that in the middle 2 lanes. Stalled vehicle 70 going east to Tucker on the right shoulder.
It's a good-looking Monday afternoon around St. Louis. Plenty of sunshine. Let's just call it nice. 76 for the high. Tonight, clear skies. Temperatures drop into the upper 60s fairly quickly this evening. 52 for the low. On Tuesday, sunny. Warm it up in the afternoon to 83 degrees. Tuesday night, a few showers, maybe a rumble here and there. Cool front coming through. 59. That front not getting through till late at night. Wednesday, sunny and slightly cooler with a high of 75. So bouncy temperatures, but nothing too hot. Nothing too cold. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Sponsored by S&L Coins, we've got 75 downtown at the Arch. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
Charitycare.com. Honey, I found the one.
Oh, I thought I was the one.
Oh, you are, but this one's certified, background check, shows up on time, and can install all the ceiling fans.
Heating, cooling, electrical, and plumbing. Trusted pros who do it right.
Charitycare.com.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Welcome back, DGS on KMOX. A few minutes past 3 p.m. Do a little DGS happy hour here. I'll kick things off with a couple of make-em-ups. Turns out that there is a kind of anxiety that you can have that leads to a longer life. There's the typical anxiety, and then there's something called ERIS, emotional reactivity and internal stability, which means being cautious and anxious without the emotional instability. Lottie friggin' da. Good for you. I'm so happy for all those people out there. One more bit of bad news. So, yeah, I guess it just keeps you safe. So you live longer because you're like, I'm a little uncomfortable about this beef tallow. And so there you go.
Interesting.
Then all the freaks like me are in the bounce house somewhere just being like, doesn't help at all. Today's National Eat What You Want Day.
Oh?
What would that be? No thinking. Anything you want. Doesn't matter. What are you having?
Starting with a donut. For breakfast. We're going donut mode.
Yeah.
How'd those donuts treat you the other night? The Pharaohs.
Excellent.
Quality, right?
Quality.
Man, that's tough. I mean,
Maybe
if we're doing
bagel
anything
with
we
my
want,
donut.
we got to include pizza in there somewhere during the day. Probably tacos.
I love that.
Ice cream.
He doesn't do this often.
No.
But I love that sometimes it seems that Kevin forgets we're doing a radio show. And it's like you're
listing things, yeah.
Just listing things, taking your time. Like
I'm doing the old Forrest Gump. Sorry, I'm doing the Bubba Gump.
Waffles. I like waffles.
I like Cajun shrimp, popcorn shrimp.
Women from a remote tribe in China view men as non-essential and dispensable, so their children are raised without fathers.
Okay.
I mean, you know what? If it's working for them.
Yeah, they found their way. 85-year-old Ringo Starr is the oldest rocker going on tour this summer, followed by the Beach Boys, Mike Love at 85, Bob Dylan at 84, Paul Simon at 84. Has anyone seen Frankie Valli lately?
No.
Oh, my God. That poor dude. He had some great songs. He was great on The Sopranos. Now Google it.
Is he the one that just sings in front of the voice track in the video?
He barely...
Like he mouths it?
Yes. He just stands there, God love him, and barely moves his mouth. They're like, Grease is the word. And everyone's just like, oh, my God, it's Frankie Valli. It's like someone needs to talk to the authorities.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think in general, and this is a 61-year-old guy that plays in a rock band, but in general, like, I don't know. I think if you can still do it, do it. But if you can't, don't. Like, No Doubt just got terrible reviews at the Sphere.
Really?
Saying that she just can't sing anymore. So.
Really?
Did not know that.
I knew somebody who went on Instagram and they had a wonderful time.
Yeah, just a lot of bad reviews. So.
Missed me. But that is a thing, right? Because I guess we all just have to decide for ourselves what we're not going to spend our money on then, right? Because at some point when it starts to get really bad, just like, it's time to stop. And I don't care what age it is.
Well, Andrew, you had something about people who don't understand the fairly recent phenomenon of people not going to concerts, the blue dot thing they're calling it.
Yeah, blue dot fever is what they're referring to it as. It's when you go to buy tickets and it's nothing but blue dots on the seating chart indicating available seats. Yeah, I mean, that was my first thought when you're listening off all these tours. I'm like, well, all these tours are getting canceled. I mean, nobody's going to be shelling out the $600 or whatever Bob Dylan wants for a ticket to go see him.
Is he playing big venues or is he playing like smaller ones? Like, what's he doing?
I would assume big.
I would assume big. I'm just calling out Bob Dylan. I don't know what his tour details are. I don't know anything about it. I don't mean it like that. I just mean what we're seeing is lots and lots of people, artists canceling tours and stuff, in particular like this year and this summer. And, industry's falling over themselves to try and figure out why that could be. Well, it's because concerts have become $300 for a ticket to a show in like a big auditorium or whatever.
Yeah,
or a big stadium.
I would say to them, you know what's going on. You guys finally reached the point you've been trying to get to, which is what is the most we can charge these people, and now you know.
Yeah, now you know, and nobody's buying tickets because in some places, like out on the West Coast, gas is $9 a gallon, and people need their money for other stuff. People just can't afford to buy tickets that are horribly expensive. They can't afford to spend $1,000 to go to a concert anymore. And even if they could afford it, maybe they just don't want to anymore. Maybe they're just hitting the point where they're like, you know what? Last summer I spent $1,000 to go to a concert, and it was not worth it. So I'm not going to do it again.
What do you think it was that, I don't know. I feel like, Rach, when the whole team went to Counting Crows, it was like $60, $70 a ticket. And then suddenly Phoebe's wanting to go see Noah Khan, and it's $700. Like,
I'm out for a ticket?
Oh, yeah.
Well, part of it is that.
But that's resale
Yes.
ticket.
Oh, that's secondary market. Okay.
But, okay, I'm glad you brought that up. To me, being stupid, there's no other market but the resale market. I don't know how to buy tickets for $60 anymore. I just know how to go to StubHub or whatever and see that it's $400 to $2,000.
Well, you just have to get the tickets as soon as they become available, which can be kind of a struggle.
Can you do that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Depending on the level of act, it can be really hard. For Taylor Swift, it's impossible. For, a normal act, you could probably do that within the first week or two and get them, again, it's all through Ticketmaster or Live Nation or whatever. It's always going to be through that, so you're going to pay fees and stuff.
For the in-demand tickets, typically you have to be pretty much ready to go as soon as they go on sale.
So I guess here's
what
I'm
sometimes you have to be like a fan club member or have some special credit card deal where
Well, here's what I'm asking. Other than a stupid dad like me that will pay that for his child, and I never have, but I paid quite a bit. Who's doing this? Who's got $1,000 to go see Noah Khan?
I think it is mostly people in your income bracket who are able to go to concerts now.
That just sucks.
I think people with less money are just not going.
That should almost be illegal. It's music. Everyone deserves to go to Riverport or whatever and see their favorite live band and not cost a week's salary.
Well, then, so this just came up with football for TV, right? Because the president's talking about it, and everybody talks about how it's unfair that it's streamed this and it costs that. Why don't we make that argument for anything? Why wouldn't I make the argument? Everyone deserves Capital Grill burger, and they should get that for McDonald's price.
I agree.
I mean, I hate it. I totally hate it. But it's capitalism. That's what we live. When there's demand, there's price. And if there's no demand, the price will come down.
I believe, let me make a grand...
Or they'll cancel the tour.
Right, exactly. Right.
Let me make a grand announcement, as I do. I think things like that, and including college, I think they're on their last leg. This brand of it. Kids going to college to get, 4 years of fun, and they or the parents pay $250,000. I just kind of sense that we're all kind of wiping our eyes and going, what? What did we do? Why did we do this? And I think the same thing about concerts, that at some point we all go, yeah, that wasn't worth $800. Not even close.
Yeah, not much is, but I mean, that's the hard part is now again, the very most difficult acts, it's not going to get any better. Again, using the Taylor Swift comparison or the hottest acts in the world at the moment, it's not going to change. But for most bands, I've never paid more than $100, $120 for a ticket for a concert. Never. Now, I don't have mainstream tastes, right? I'm not out there. But Metallica's pretty big. I saw them for 2 days for $150. two shows in 2 days for $150.
Yeah, but they had Lars Ulrich in there. So.
I'm just saying, like, it wasn't impossible to get what I would call, I mean, $75, $80 a ticket per a show is a lot for some people. To me, that's not crazy for a live concert that you're going to only see once, maybe every 2 years. You know, I mean, like, if I were to go to a baseball game, I can go to a baseball game and get pretty good tickets for $80. I could also get tickets for $20 if I wanted to, if I chose to. Now, that's not going to be available at a concert. But I guess that's the question is, the difficulty is getting in early and getting on it. But also, if you're a fan of the biggest, hottest artists in the world, that's going to be the way it is.
Yeah, I mean, for a lot of people, like, the ultimate dream would be to go see Taylor Swift.
Right.
But those are exactly the tickets that are being bought up immediately and then resold at a markup. And so then it becomes kind of a status symbol.
Maybe that's the change, you guys think? Like, because not that long ago, old guy take, it's not like every ticket was bought up by people looking to resell them or by, ticket agents or whatever. And now it feels like almost all of them are bought up by people that are going to do that.
Yeah.
And I don't know how you regulate that, but maybe that's the play, is to go after the secondary market so that they stay on the regular market longer.
Well, I'm sorry I don't have this like fully pulled. I believe they're going after Ticketmaster currently because of the practices that because of all of this that we're talking about. Like, it is a big enough of a problem that they're trying to sort this out.
They're saying legally this is not right.
So, and this happens in other things, right? Like when there's something really like, as an example, Andrew and I can speak to. Remember, Andrew, when the next gen consoles first came out, and people were buying them and then reselling them on eBay or whatever for twice the cost because you just couldn't get them. And if you happened to get one, you could double your money really quick. I know we don't frown upon that, but that's basically what ticket services do for every event year-round all the time. They just go buy them all when they can become available, whether they're using bots to do it or they're just doing it, with multiple human beings. And then the regular person has no chance to get those tickets when they first come out, when they first go public.
See, maybe I've just got a little socialist in me because there are certain things. Like, even at Capitol Grill, you can get a hamburger. It'll be a $25 hamburger, but you can get one. But things like concerts and sporting events, there's something in me that feels like a college kid should be able to go.
Well, but okay, I get where you're coming from, Dave, because it's not as if all of these tickets are being bought up by like, hey, I'm a real guy and I was first in line and I bought it and now I'm going to resell it. It's like, no, it's like bots coming in and just harvesting this.
That
and then
should be regulated.
That's the issue. It's not like, oh, capitalism is bad. It's more like, no, you're literally not giving anyone a chance
it's
to compete.
It's got to be more
for a
fair
spot.
because the average person, I can't set up 10 bots to try to get me in. I guess I could if I had the technological ability, but almost no human beings do. But these companies just have nonstop. They're just going to get online. They don't have. It's not a human waiting. It's just going to go buy them.
Yeah,
and that I wish they could regulate that because that would change, I think, the price structure quite a bit.
Because last thing I'll say, I think like baseball has it pretty well knocked. You can buy a $10, $15, $20 ticket any night at Busch Stadium, pretty much.
Yeah.
Or you can buy a $1,000 ticket in the green seats.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind that at all.
Yep.
To me, that's sort of that's the way this thing works.
Yep.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group. And I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney. And the truth is, I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney, I'll apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. After 15 years and over 50,000 cancellations, I can tell you with confidence, we know how to get you out of your timeshare. Call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit guide absolutely free with all your options for cancellation. Attorneys, this was meant to be funny, so please don't sue me, especially my friend Kenneth from Black River Falls, Wisconsin.
Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. 800-838-6767. 800-838-6767. 800-838-6767.
It is not hard to destroy a college.
Last season, the podcast Campus Files brought you stories of fraternity drug rings, stolen body parts, campus cults, and more.
And now, Campus Files is back for another season.
There's a guy screaming into his phone. He's like, I just saw Charlie Kirk get assassinated right in front of me.
Every week is a new episode and a new story.
It was so chaotic.
It's almost like a university under siege.
Listen to and follow Campus Files. Available now wherever you get your podcasts.
As a fitness coach, my active psoriatic arthritis can slow me down. With Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, I'm treating my skin and joint symptoms so I can keep moving. Skyrizi, a prescription-only injection for adults, helps me move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. And for those who have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible. With Skyrizi, there's no daily dosing. It's just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement. And that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZI to learn more.
Why do the national tax resolution firms need the tiny fine print at the bottom of all their TV ads? Hi, this is Lance Story with the Lance Story Law Firm. You don't hear fast-talking disclaimers in our ads because the claims we make are 100% transparent. The Lance Story Law Firm primarily focuses on one thing, IRS problems, and we're regulated by the Bar Association, and we have a AAA rating with the Better Business Bureau. IRS issues are serious legal issues. The Lance Story Law Firm has helped thousands of clients navigate the best resolution plans, and we tell you up front exactly how much it'll cost. Tax resolution law is all we do. So before you send money to some out-of-town, high-pressure salesperson, give us a call at the Land Story Law Firm, located right here in St. Louis. Call today to schedule your free consultation with me, 314-260-6120, or visit lance.drurylaw.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Bring your home back to life with Zero Res, a fresher clean that you can actually feel. Get 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $139 and whole home air duct cleaning starting at just $599. Visit ZeroResSTL.com and tell them about the DGS KMOX deal.
Still here, still trusted. The voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
I'm trying to talk the guys in the band to play in this one. This is obviously the part that I would do. Kidding. You can do it.
I was just.
I can't do it. I've tried.
I bet Andrew could sing this song.
I could scream. I could holler it.
I didn't know you were a singer. Did you sing back when you were in the band?
I could yelp it. Back when I was in marching band?
No, you were in a little band for a while, right?
Yeah, no, I did not. I don't. Hold on.
I didn't know that guy was in your room.
Is that where he lives?
Wesley, shut up. I don't care about your financial group right now. No, the thing that I used to make the podcast delays. Yeah. So sometimes when I hit play, it doesn't start playing for like several seconds.
Gotcha.
Until I'm up on the air.
Gotcha. So Kevin now knows who Noah Khan is. He checked out the Busch Stadium show.
My Lord.
Told you, dude.
Yeah,
is that happening like this summer?
August, yeah.
The cheapest ticket that I saw, and again, it was secondary market. I guess I'm sure it sold out, right? I'm sure you can't. I'm sure you cannot get them straight normally. The cheapest ticket I saw was near the top of the stadium, and it was $350.
Yeah. See, like, just nobody wants to pay that.
Well, I mean, they clearly do because it's sold out.
But I think a lot of those.
Well, no, you know what? I'm wrong. It's not sold out. It's those because those are available.
Okay.
It's just sold out through the traditional means. It's not sold out at that price.
Yeah, but that sounds like it's people buying them up front. So then
companies,
precisely.
Yeah, companies doing it. Yeah.
Precisely to make that profit off of the people who were like,
I have money.
Dad, I really want to go see Noah Khan. And you go, yeah, sure, anything for you. And then you go and you go, oh, my God. Do you guys remember when, I think it was probably, 2012, 2013, when U2 came to
Bush, yeah.
To Bush? Those tickets, I mean, that was like mafia stuff. I mean, everybody was trying to tell,
really?
What can you do for me? Do you think you could score some tickets? That was crazy.
Okay, so very simply, who's making the money? Is Noah Khan making that money, or are these bot ticket buyers?
This is where the artists are actually pissed too.
Yeah, so
because
let's
they
say
get paid based on the face value. So whatever it is on Ticketmaster when it first comes on sale, whatever comes on top of that for the secondary market, they get none of that.
Yeah, so if Noah Khan sells a ticket for $80, right, and somebody buys an $80 ticket, let's say he gets $40, $50 of that. Somebody takes that $80 ticket, flips it for $700 on the secondary market, and sells it. That money, that percentage of that extra $600, that's going to be split between the person who is selling the ticket resale and the platform.
Yep.
So StubHub, Ticketmaster, whatever the platform might be.
These are bad people.
They are bad people. Yeah, they are.
Well, this used to be called scalping.
Yeah.
We used to not let people buy tickets and then charge above face value for them.
Isn't that so true? What an individual guy cannot do, a major corporation can
There's
do.
also something about it's online, so what can you do?
Yeah.
We do that online. There's so many things like that we're really going to have to eventually reevaluate.
Would it be over the top to ask for a law that says basically if you buy a ticket to an entertainment event, you can't upcharge it?
I would have no problem with that. Or a limit. A limit.
It sounds, as somebody who's kind of looked into it a little bit, and Joel's asking this on the stream too, about I understand it's hard to regulate these things because that's why scalping has taken off in so many other places. Pokemon cards are really bad with it. It's impossible to find Pokemon cards now because people are buying them and then reselling them in an attempt to drive up the price, which has happened dramatically.
Well, you can limit a number of packs someone can buy at once.
And that is generally how most places are trying to fight it. You're exactly right, Rachel. Most places who are trying to fight it, a lot of the local stores around town and stuff, are trying to fight it specifically by just putting a limit on how much you can buy. The problem is a lot of the your Targets, your Walmarts, your Amazons, whatever.
They're just going to sell in bulk,
They just want to sell and make the money. They don't care who buys it. They don't care what they're buying it for.
I have a brand new client, and I want to tell you about them. It's Timberline Professional Tree Care. Ben Barnett is the owner. He's my guy. I've spent a pretty good amount of time now with Ben. Had him look over my stuff. He's coming out later this week. Gonna pull some old stuff out of there, the old bushes that have gone crazy and taking up all the beds and stuff. I didn't know this, but there are no real licensing for people who do tree work. So all you have to do is say, hey, I'm Dave's Tree Service, and that's it. Ben is one of the very few board-certified master arborists in the region. They also have 7 other certified arborists on staff, an ISA certified arborist on every crew. They are next level. They're really, really good. And Ben was at my house the other day, and I had to wait for him because he was in his truck and he's having a conversation with a new client. I know this is only one lady, but I overheard this. And she was just so effusive with her praise and, oh, you've been so wonderful. And I hope everyone from your company is as nice as you are. And you've answered all my questions. It made me feel really good knowing that I wasn't just hiring this guy to do some stuff in my house, but he was hiring me to tell you guys all about him. They also are the only one that they can find nationally that have a guaranteed protection and maintenance package. Say that you're in Kirkwood or Webster and you have one big giant old tree and it just makes the whole neighborhood and you love it. You can hire Timberline to just take care of that tree all year long to make sure that it's going to be great. They are reasonable on their prices. They are reasonable about everything. So if you have a need, if you think your tree needs trimmed, if you think maybe it has some sort of a rot to it, you see bugs on it, the roots are exposed, whatever it is, reach out to my friend Ben Barnett, stltreecare.com for Timberline. That's stltreecare.com.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, you're not alone. Most importantly, you don't have to live with it. Paramount Men's Medical Center restores men's sex lives in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, even when Viagra and Cialis don't work. Here's Dr. Simovitz, specialist in men's health.
Paramount Men's Medical Center's painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. 98% of patients see instant results right in the office.
Men are now lasting longer than they ever imagined. And the best part, at Paramount Men's Medical Center, your consultation and first treatment are free. Qualified patients even get their testosterone checked free. Call 314-720-8444. 314-720-8444. Take control of your sex life. Call now. 314-720-8444.
Traffic from the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Well, it's not a bad afternoon on the highways out there so far. If you're on westbound Highway 70, you're bogged down from 94 out to about 370, but after that, it's a pretty good run, just a little slow at 61. Westbound 64 Science Center, headed out through McCausland, Bellevue area. It's slow again, Lindbergh to 270, and from 364 out to Highway 70, busy. Southbound 270, south of 364 down to Ladue, slow. After that, it's just a little heavy at Big Bend, so that's not bad. South 170, off the pace south of Delmar. North 170, crowded between Scudder and Airport Road. Southbound 55 looks great until you get down about midway down from M to Z through the Highway Z area. It's just kind of busy. Illinois drivers, eastbound 70, well, it's slow. Salisbury to the Musial Veterans Bridge, and then it jams on the Illinois side of the bridge over to 64. Eastbound 64 heavy on the Poplar over through Barack Obama Avenue. They had just cleared, I believe it was a stall there. And then eastbound 64 has the roadwork delays, 255 midway up the hill to 159. I'm Roger Brand at the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
It's Tom Ackerman for Ophthalmology Associates, the doctor's doctors, 314-966-5000 or online at youridoc.com.
At Sandberg Phoenix, we're more than just a law firm. We're partners committed to you, your business, and your community. From family law to litigation, we're ready to serve. Visit SandbergPhoenix.com. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertising.
NeoVitan began with one doctor's mission to help others feel their best. After years of caring for patients, Dr. Ken Ribicki, a St. Louis physician, created NeoVitan, a line of multivitamins designed with quality, safety, and everyday wellness in mind. Each formula is made in the U.S. using the finest domestic and international ingredients to support real people living real lives. Discover the difference today with NeoVitan, available at Schnucks, Deerbergs, and neovitan.com. NeoVitan, trusted nutrition from St. Louis for St. Louis.
Chris Ronchi, Amy Mark Scores. The Chris and Amy Show. It's not the same old talk. It's fresh, it's different, and it's local. Chris and Amy dig into the news that matters, but they also keep it light, keep it fun, and keep you smiling. Serious when it needs to be, silly when it can be. That's pure entertainment with a local heartbeat. The Chris and Amy Show, weekdays at 9 on the Voice of St. Louis, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Inflation is squeezing budgets, and global events can shake markets overnight. If you're close to retirement, you don't get unlimited do-overs. So this is not the time for, I hope it works out. That's why Steve All and the team at the All Financial Group are hosting an upcoming educational seminar called Retirement Simplified. You'll learn how rising costs could drain your spending power, how political and economic headlines can impact your returns, dealing with issues like taxes, outliving your money, and long-term care. Retirement Simplified, May 19th and 21st. It's complimentary, but you must qualify to attend. 636-230-8824 or at yourmoneymattersstl.com. Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, or registered investment advisor. Neither the firm nor its agents or representatives may give tax or legal advice. Individuals should consult with a qualified professional for guidance before making any purchasing decisions. The All Financial Group is not affiliated with nor endorsed by the U.S. government or any other government agency.
Get inside your Redbirds in the 2026 season every Tuesday at noon. It's All Access with Cardinals manager Ollie Marmol on your Voice of the Cardinals, KMOX.
Dave Murray's weather forecast is sponsored by Sandberg Phoenix Law Firm.
Our buddy Julie Lally just texted me and said Frankie Valli was supposed to be performing here, but he had to get a surgery. Like, did he have to get all of them? Because I think maybe he needs all of them.
Oh, wow. Come on. Frankie's the best.
Okay.
I grew up with Frankie. That's great. Not actually grow up, but
right across
his
the street.
Yeah, so did Napoleon. I mean,
Andrew, how old is he? 92? I thought I heard
He's
somewhere.
92, Dave.
Yeah, he is. The issue is not with his talent. He's immensely talented. The issue was with the unavoidable entropy of time. The issue was with the fact that he's 92, and the fact that he is up there is nothing short of maybe elder abuse.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because it's like, is Frankie making the choice to do this fully?
Yeah, like I have no problem with Mick Jagger. He's like
He seems fine.
mid-80s.
He seems like he's having fun.
He's got newborn babies to support.
Yeah,
He's gotta be
right. He's got
Rod Stewart's out there.
Yeah, no, it's just sad watching Frankie. So,
Yeah.
Is it really?
yes,
It's tough to watch. You should look up
You should
a
watch
video
Okay.
on YouTube or any social media of like just him from the last couple of years. There's tons of video out there because he does lots of concerts.
I think if that were your dad, you'd be like, "Hey, Mom, we need to talk about Dad doing concerts." Like, it's a little.
I was going to go see him, but COVID hit, and then they stopped that tour. And he is touring again, mainly in the Northeast. He's huge in the Northeast. And I thought, I don't know. Do I want to see that or not? I decided I didn't.
Rach, what do you?
Well, we have some Frankie Valli news.
What's that?
Last week, police were called to his L.A. home because of an alleged domestic dispute.
Huh?
A 38-year-old man was banging on the door of the home, demanding entry. So law enforcement came out. There were no injuries. Glad you're okay, Frankie.
Yeah.
That sounds kind of scary.
One of the Jersey boys came to see us.
Jeez. It's a Broadway hit.
Which is actually quite good.
Jersey, I've heard that.
Oh, no, he has a 3-year restraining order against his oldest son.
Ugh. Just keeps getting worse.
I think the son was the person who was banging on the door. Now I'm just airing out their dirty laundry. But it's right here on USA
I mean, like,
Today.com.
you're not making it up, Rach. It's news.
You're not causing this to happen.
I heard that they have no contact order. No, but very, very sad situation.
That is sad.
Dave, I thought about you last night. I got a notification that the movie Twister must be 25 years old now.
Yeah.
That's
solid
about
gold
right.
classic.
It's gotta be older than that.
And I figured you hated it. And
Yes.
I remember watching it in the theaters and the part where the cows go flying across.
Yeah.
The guy in front of me looked to his wife or girlfriend and he goes, "That happens all the time." I was like, "Oh, we got Ollie Roman here in front of me."
Now, you know what? We also saw it in the theater, and I was laughing through most of it. And I probably annoyed the people around me.
Dave, you probably feel about that the way I feel about a lot of sports movies.
Like Rudy.
Sure, absolutely.
He's like, you get things wrong. Yes, like Rudy.
Yeah.
Totally
Yeah.
made up. Didn't happen. But hey, let's make a movie about it.
That's right.
Evidently, they were making fun of Rudy.
Yes, that's what Joe Montana said.
Well, that's just great.
Well, I mean,
Why didn't he
who's
keep
the-
that
Joe's a
to
good
himself?
guy.
Why
Well,
would he
hold
come
on.
out after the nice
So-
movie and be like, by the way, we
Right.
hated that
But
guy.
who's the bad guy? The guy that tells the truth or the guy that makes millions of dollars off a lie?
Whoever's hurting Rudy's feelings is the
Yeah.
bad guy.
I mean, I like Sean Astin, but man, that Rudy guy can take a leap.
But Rudy is real. That was a real boy.
Yeah, I know. The real guy who made up the story of him being the hero that didn't happen.
Now you're bullying Rudy.
I'm not bullying anybody. I'm picking on a
Stop
guy who
the
lied to
Rudy
the public and deceived all those people that thought that really happened. Did you say, by the way, on that same note, remember the movie Catch Me If You Can?
Yeah.
The DiCaprio movie, the guy Frank Abagnale?
Yeah.
Made all of it up. Never happened.
Abagnale.
Not one of it happened.
None of that happened?
None of it happened. He did none of those things. A reporter just did a long dig on it and found out like nobody who was involved, none of the companies that he says he scammed, ever said they lost anything. They're like, we would have chased him down if we'd
kind
found
of
that.
the ultimate scam.
And the FBI hired him as a consultant based on those lies.
Well, they
So
hired
they
him
didn't
as
do it either.
Well, they hired him as a consultant because he was actually very good at fraudulating checks. He just, a lot of the stuff in the movie is highly exaggerated.
Like nothing
and
ever
made up.
happened with an airline. It was never real. He made that up.
I like fraudulating.
Fraudulating, yeah. I'm super shocked to learn that the con artist made something up.
Right.
I think we should get really upset and up in arms about it.
So you agree that Rudy's a con artist now?
No, Rudy is not a con artist. Rudy made a nice story, and I think you're being you get way too mad about Rudy. You brought up Rudy a couple times,
I
and
hate Rudy.
He's like your least favorite person in the world.
I can't stand Rudy. I can't stand anybody who's just going to make up. Like, I was the hero. No, you weren't. Nobody cared.
See, this all traces back to the whimsy thing. We're right back at the whimsy thing.
Oh, okay.
It always ends up there. He can't take it because it's a fictional story.
No, if it
He
was
gets
portrayed
really
as a
mad.
fictional story, it's fine. He was saying, this happened to me. He did interviews about it. He was selling a lie.
Maybe he was fooled.
I'm going to be honest. I've never paid attention while watching Rudy, if I have seen it. Does Rudy have a love interest in the film?
No.
Because
Maybe Jon Favreau.
I'm looking at
Wasn't that a
the
hockey show?
Wikipedia for the real Rudy, and this is what it says. Rudy was previously married to Cheryl. Despite their divorce.
Good for Rudy.
Cheryl would still book all of his travels. He and Cheryl had 2 children. Who is Cheryl? Is she in? Like, should I know who this is?
Okay. Now, Lily Taylor's character in Rudy was named Sherry.
Oh,
close enough.
Maybe
that's like
her.
maybe that's a nickname.
And a Frankie Valli song. Sherry, let's
Now
bring
we
this
know
all the way
it
around.
all together.
What year did
This is
Rudy
why
the
this is a
movie come
good
out,
show.
Andrew?
Rudy the movie came out in 1993.
Yeah, that tracks. I was dating a girl back then, and I
Cheryl?
stopped dating her. I stopped dating her because she went to Notre Dame and she was obsessed with the Rudy story. And she said the word karaoke really weird, and that was enough.
All right.
You want to hear it?
Let's
Yes,
see.
I do.
She was from Kirkwood, and she would say she'd been to Japan a couple times. No offense, Rach. And she would say the word like this, a karaoke. And I'm like, I don't think that's how you say that word. So I stopped dating her. She learned her lesson, huh?
Coach Dan Devine was agreed to be depicted as heavy in the film, but was chagrined to find out the extent to which he was vilified, saying,
terrible villain.
Yes, see, Dan Devine was the one that put him in and wanted him to be there, and he made it look like he was the bad guy.
the Jersey scene is unforgivable. It's a lie and untrue.
See?
Joe Montana says he did get in the ball game and he did get carried off
There's
after
film
the
of
game.
it. There's film
No,
of
no,
it.
they did carry him off, but they were making fun of him. They were joking about the fact that he actually got a play in.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe Rudy
He wasn't in
the
on
joke.
it. Well, I mean, he could have asked.
Are you guys making fun of me right now?
Yeah, no, but why would he portray the coach as the villain in this story when the coach was on his side?
Evidently, the blind side's not completely.
No, it's got a lot of BS too.
I don't think there is a single movie, let alone sports movie, though, that doesn't have some exaggerations, because real life is boring. And you just go and you get married to Cheryl. And despite their divorce, Cheryl still books all your travels, and he and Cheryl had 2 children. That's the word for word his personal life, which is
Rudy's
the funniest.
still making a living from this.
Rachel's funny. Rachel's right. It's the funniest damn thing.
By the
I've
way,
ever seen.
Rudy was charged with securities fraud in 2011.
Okay,
so this
now
guy
we're
is,
just digging up dirt on
I'm
Rudy.
just saying, this guy's been doing some stuff.
Now we're at the Rudy got a DUI stage.
He was charged with a pump and dump scheme. He's going to pump it all up and then sell it and then make money and then get away with it
What, was
scot
it like
clean.
Rudy coin? What was going
It
on?
was actually
It was Cheryl coin.
It was actually he was chairman of Rudy Beverage Inc.
Yum. I'll try it.
And apparently got in trouble.
I'll try any old stupid drink. What's a Rudy beverage?
I don't know.
Yeah, what would it take?
He was trying to capitalize on his fake story even 30 years after it was made and got in trouble for it.
You're a little passionate about it.
I don't like it.
It's called Rudy Beverage Incorporated.
It is. I'm looking at it right here. It's not, I didn't even know about this till like 8 seconds ago.
Dave, want to take about a minute and tell us about the
weather? Sure. Gorgeous day tomorrow, though. It's going to be warmer. Southerly flow, 83. Another cold front comes in, cool front, on Tuesday night. Scattered showers, couple of thunderstorms. Nothing widespread as far as severe weather is concerned, but some thunderstorms around. Then Wednesday, beautiful, sunny, slightly cooler, 75. And Mitch, you needed your private forecast for moving back home. Wednesday will be gorgeous for a move back home. It is going to stay nice Thursday, and then some really hot weather coming in Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and into next week.
That is so sweet of Dave to cater to Mitch, and all the rest of us are going like, don't feed him.
I was literally just going to say that, Dave. I was just going to say, we gotta stop giving Mitch everything.
Yeah,
at once.
but you know what? It's been a year.
We're spoiling Mitch.
You've known Mitch for a year.
That's right. He's been listening his whole
He's on the
freshman
inside.
year at Mizzou.
Yep.
Something tells me Mitch is going to make it down to the studio this summer. So.
Traffic from the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Well, this traffic report is a service of Overhead Door Company of St. Louis. If you're heading out the door right now and getting on the roads, it's not bad this afternoon on the highways, at least. Westbound 70 is looking good. It's a little slow. Lindbergh to the Rock Road. The stop-and-go stuff is from 94 out to about Cave Springs now, and then it's just a little slow at 61 after that. Westbound 64, that's a little more solid from the Science Center running out through Big Bend. They were clearing a crash there. It's still slow, Spadey to Obalas, and 364 out to Highway 70. South 270, Olive to Ladou's heavy, and then from 64 down to Doherty Ferry slow. Westbound 44, 141 to about Antire is kind of heavy right now. Southbound 55, a couple of pockets midway down from M to Highway Z. Eastbound 64 across the Poplar is slow. Eastbound 70, backed up east of the bridge through the 64, and 64 has a couple of delays approaching 255 up the hill to 159. I want to talk about our USPS Ground Advantage reliable route. We either have I can't tell if it's a stall or a crash. Westbound 30 just before Gravois Bluffs, it's jammed almost back to 141, so just hop off at 141, go south on 141 to Gravois Bluffs Boulevard, and take that back over to Highway 30 to get around that incident. Call over at Door Company of St. Louis for their 26-point tune-up. It's one price for up to 3 garage doors and openers. Always look for the genuine, the original red ribbon of Overhead Door Company of St. Louis. Schedule online at overheaddoorsstlouis.com. I'm Roger Brand in the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
You know, here in St. Louis, word of mouth still matters, and I'm pretty careful about who I recommend, especially when it comes to something as personal as estate planning. I'm Tom Ackerman. My family has been working with the Lederman Law Firm for over 20 years now, and the reason is simple. They don't just create documents and send you on your way. They help make sure your plan works. Because let's be honest, life changes. Family needs and circumstances change. Laws change. But most estate plans don't change over time as needs, circumstances, and laws change. They're outdated, sitting in a drawer. People assume they're fine, and their plan will work when they need it to work. At the Lederman Law Firm, it's not a one-time transaction. It's an ongoing process. They build a plan to protect your family and your assets, and then for a fixed annual fee, they help keep it up to date as both your life and assets change. Check out the Lederman Law Firm at LedermanLaw.com or give them a call at 314-514-9100. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements.
On Saturday, May 16th, join KMOX and Grassroots Redeeming Love in commemorating 1 year since the historic EF3 tornado that devastated North St. Louis with a short morning of service. Volunteers will meet in the Kingsway East neighborhood from 9 to 11 to help clear tree limbs and trash. If interested in RSVPing for the cleanup or interested in donating to the effort, go to KMOX.com/events for more information.
Retiring soon? Get the information you need by joining Kyle Jones and Matt Allgeier of Fire Capital Management for your retirement highway, Sunday mornings at 9:30. Investment advisory services made available through Pine Ridge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Securities made available through AE Financial Services, LLC, member FINRA and SIPC.
At EasyCater, we believe every workday gets better with great food. Like that morning status meeting, always better with bagels. And don't forget the coffee. Ops team working late? How about some Power Bowls to keep them going strong? Sandy's celebrating 10 years at the company. This calls for cupcakes. With EasyCater, you get a huge variety of favorite restaurants with tools to help meet dietary needs and stay on budget, all on one platform. So make every workday better with EasyCater. Start an order at easycater.com.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is Congressman Bob Onder. Americans demanded border security, and House Republicans delivered. According to the Department of Homeland Security, for 10 consecutive months, U.S. Customs and Border Protection has reported 0 illegal aliens released at the border. I'm proud to have worked with the Trump administration to secure our southern border and uphold our immigration laws, and will keep fighting to advance strong policies that protect Missourians and keep America safe.
Paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
Hey, Missouri, it's game time. Start betting like a pro with the world's largest sportsbook at your fingertips. Hi, I'm Derek Stevens. I'm a lifelong sports bettor, and I'm the owner of Circus Sports. It's sports betting the way it should be, with high limits, player-friendly pricing, exceptional customer service, and more. Download your new bookie at circusports.com. The action starts now, Missouri. Experience the difference with Circus Sports. Bet like a pro.
Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Broadcasting from the Scott Credit Union Studio, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
For all station contest rules, go to KMOX.com/rules.
Welcome back, DGS. Happy Monday. 3:51. Cardinal Report sponsored by Rawlings. Visit the Rawlings Experience in Westport. Wills, I don't have a Cardinals question for you. I have a Cardinals broadcasting question for you.
Okay.
How often is it that a normie, not Matt Pauley, not Bernie Miklasz, but a texter or a caller, or I consider myself a normie, how often is it that a normie says something to you or asks you a question where you go, wow, it's kind of stopped me in my tracks. That's pretty good. As opposed to, you idiot.
No, it's usually way in between those two things. It's usually not you idiot, and it's definitely not a lot the stop you in the track. But that first thing happens from time to time when it's basically like more of a view from a different industry, right? Like, so someone who is an expert in, let's say, music, and they'll ask a question that from their background in music, it makes it an interesting, I never thought of it that way. I never really looked at it from that perspective. And then that's where you have that moment. It doesn't have to be music. That's just the first example I thought of where someone would, talk about something that they know really well. And it's like, is it like that? Or maybe it's like this. And like, all right, yeah, that's a pretty good way to look at it. So, or sometimes it's not, but that's where you get that reaction.
As someone who has a reputation for knowing so much about baseball, what don't you know? What are your blind spots where you really wish you knew a little more about X?
Well, the blind spot that I have is the blind spot that the vast majority of people who cover sports have, is that you just never know what's going on inside when you're not there. Right? What's inside the player's head? What did they talk about in their meeting that none of us get to go to? What do they see on the video that we don't get to see, or the scouting reports that we don't get to see? So it's usually that kind of stuff. It's like proprietary. How does the front office value players? Well, they're not going to tell us. Mm-hmm. Certainly not going to say it publicly. So that's the kind of stuff that you're just not going to know. You can have an idea based on conversations, based on reading good reporting, based on watching what they do, but nobody's going to tell you how the donuts are made, because they don't want that to be known to the public. They all are it's very closed circuit information. Mm-hmm. So that's the stuff where you're going to be. But if you're talking outside of that, your biggest blind spot in evaluating is always your own predispositions. So that's true in the sport. That's true outside the sport. And it's true, scouts have that kind of thing too. And it's hard sometimes to put aside what you've learned to learn something new.
I love on CNN right now, they're having a big discussion about the pastor who said it's preposterous to compare the Trump statue to the golden calf. Isn't it crazy that we're just talking about this? Just panels on television shows are discussing whether the 22-foot gold statue of the sitting president is kosher or not.
Yeah, I'm just a big fan of if the shoe were on the other foot conversation.
Oh, if Obama had put that thing up?
If there had been a gold statue made of Obama and put anywhere and he endorsed it and he was cool with it, what would the reaction have been?
Yeah.
And again, it should have been ridiculous, right? It would have been, to me, it would have been like Dude, that's just stupid. Don't do that.
Yeah.
It shouldn't matter who it is.
Nope. Tell you guys about my friend Mike at Michael's Baths. It's not the kind of thing where like, you're so lucky to know me. You're lucky if you're planning a bathroom remodel for the spring or summer, especially if you didn't know about Michael, especially if you're going to use one of the national companies, because Mike is better. Now, I'm not saying that all local is better than all national, but go back and listen to the first hour of my show. Going off on Ava's Flowers, who ruined Mother's Day because they suck at what they do. I will never use a national company for that again. I'll always use local anytime I can. Learn my lesson. So maybe you can learn that lesson when it comes to the bathroom. Mike is better than the national companies. He has better made in the USA products. He has all locally sourced teams and craftsmen who he has trained to do it his way. He's 30 to 50% less expensive than the national companies. Right now, they are offering you a free rain shower head, or you can upgrade safety features like grab bars or built-in seating. He does the bathroom remodels for disabled veterans, who it's free of charge to you because of a VA benefit. 636-775-0800 or michaelsbaths.com.
Want to hear a shocking statistic? Medical malpractice is the third leading cause of death in America. Don't believe it? Google it. And that doesn't count serious injuries like birth injuries to perfectly healthy children. All doctors wear white jackets, but it doesn't make them all the same. Most medical errors are committed by the same quacks over and over again. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Many hospitals looking for more profits are forcing doctors and their groups to be employees of the hospital or be forced out of their system. It's a troubling trend in medicine. People make mistakes, but medical mistakes are huge and often forever. If you believe your child suffered a birth injury or a misdiagnosis or mistake led to a loved one's death or injury, let our team of medical malpractice lawyers examine your case for free. No recovery, no fee. Morgan & Morgan, for the people,